A year ago, the Bourne Braves were seeking their first Cape Cod. A year ago, the Bourne Braves were seeking their first Cape Cod League championship since 2009. However, the season was filled with many ups and downs.
Another day, another Braves loss. Bourne falls 5-1 to Hyannis to drop to 5-7-3 on the season.
Pop-up, shallow center field, going out back, coming in Rockefort, in the alley, it's Carson Rockefort who's there to make the catch. What a finish is the Braves win, their third in a row. Throws to first base, that is in time, as that'll do it here from Doran Park. For the third time this year, Harvey Shapiro has faced his former team in the Bourne Braves, and they have tied at 2 apiece.
But as postseason time rolled around, the Bravos found their groove.
Coming in Horvath. Horvath is there. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The trek has just begun for the Braves as they advance to the Western Division Finals. The Braves are back, and they defend their title in the best of the West. And they got a second day with the Brewster Whitecaps, who they will face in the Cape Cod League Championship for the second consecutive summer. Breaking ball grounded up the middle, stabbed by Cummings, goes to second for one. The toss to first base is in time! Cummings spikes his glove. Get up, Bourne, the Braves have gotten their revenge. Cape Cod League champions for the first time since 2009.
And to defend their Cape Cod League championship, the Braves have added plenty of firepower.
First pitch, breaking ball. Bender flies it out deep to left center field. Going back is Matheson, still going back, looking up, and it's gone! Derek Bender gets the Bourne bats going early, a solo shot to deep left center field. It's 1-0 Bourne.
It's a brand new day of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Sunday Night Baseball here from Stony Brook Field for the 25th game of the Cape League season as the Bourne Braves take on the Brewster Whitecaps for the third time in 2023. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. Brewster and Bourne. Brewster so far, Matt, 2-0 on this series. They've been both close games. We're here for the first time since June 10th on opening day. Matt, we'll start with that. So much has changed since game number 1 of this season.
Yeah, it's been basically a month, and well, you can go ahead and look at that opening day roster. I'm sure Cam and I, well, we got a minute, we'll look at it, and it's just so different from where it was on June 10th to where it is now. The only person in the lineup that was here on opening day is the man at the top of the order, and Josh Kuroda-Grauer. And maybe coming back here is not the happiest sight for him as he got hit by a pitch and jammed up his thumb and kept him out for a couple of weeks. But now he's back in the lineup, and he's jumped up to the top of the order because he's just had such great timely hitting for Bourne. Now, as you said, first time back in nearly a month, and a lot has changed, but one thing stays consistent is that this contest between these two is going to be tightly contested, and it'll be a good one.
So Brewster and Bourne, and Matt mentioned the new faces that are coming back in JKG, but a lot of new faces and a new one here tonight for the Braves. Ben Jacobs, the left-hander from UCLA, now to ASU, will be on the mound. Ryan Fisher, the pitcher last night, mentioned that they try to make everyone feel welcome when they come into the clubhouse, come into the dugout as a new player. Matt, tell the viewers about Ben Jacobs.
Yeah, well, he's brand new. He just arrived, I think, either yesterday or the day prior to Bourne, and I'm sure Ryan Fisher had his own ways of welcoming Ben to Bourne. He didn't have a whole lot of time his freshman season with UCLA, only made 7 appearances, starting 1 game, going 5 innings total in his freshman season, was a highly touted prospect out of California. And a lefty, there's not a whole lot known on him through 1 year with UCLA, but he's another kind of crafty lefty, and for Scott Landers and this team, they're probably going to be hoping for him to go that 3-4 inning mark. It's just his first start of the summer, so it'll be right around that mark, and the hope is for Ben is that he can kind of just get more acquainted to it because he hasn't really pitched a whole lot in the last year.
About 9 minutes before first pitch here from Stony Brook Field, and there's so much more to break down. So we send it to Before the Bravos with Navarrete and Mojo Hill. Allie, take it away.
Thank you, Cam. crazy to think that it's been exactly a month since opening day here at Brewster. Not exactly a month, I guess 1 day earlier than a month, but nevertheless, quite a full circle moment. Bravo's definitely a lot different in this month of July so far than they were in the month of June. Mojo talked about it in pregame Tomahawk Talk with Matt and Cam, but it's crazy to think how much things have changed since the last time we were at Stony Brook Field.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the same setting, but it just feels so completely different. We hadn't gotten into our routines yet. We had just, gotten over here from our respective homes around the country, so it's pretty crazy to be back.
I know. Not only do these players know each other better at this point, and there's new guys who've been in, but all the interns know each other better too. So weird to think that a month ago we were doing our very first before the Bravos barely knew each other, and now we do this day in, day out. So lots of exciting stuff here in the lineup. We've got Josh Kuroda-Grauer leading off. I believe he led off on opening day at Brewster a month ago.
Yeah, and obviously he was out of the lineup for a while because of the injury, but yeah, he's been back in there. He had a clutch hit yesterday and going with another leadoff option in this lineup, and it's a bit of a different look of a lineup overall. You have Bryce Eblin DHing, which I think is kind of an interesting choice. He's a really good defender and versatile too. He moves around from third, short, second, but DHing today, and then you've got a bunch of speed with Harrelson and obviously JKG at the top, and then Vastine batting second where he's been, and Diggs they've been keeping him in the cleanup spot. It's kind of an interesting spot for him, but really Vastine and Diggs are only the two constants in this lineup today.
I'm hoping to see Kendall Diggs get going a little bit. We talked about it yesterday before the Bravos. He definitely has a strong OBP right now, but I think he's one of the guys who's newer, still adjusting to that wood bat. So I'd like to see the hitting get going. He is really just such a smart hitter, and I think he's exercised a lot of patience at the plate and drawn some walks when necessary, made some big plays in the outfield like we saw last night. But hitting wise, I'd like to see what he's capable of a little bit more now that he's had some time to adjust to summer ball hitting.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of any guy who draws a lot of walks. Even if the hitting hasn't completely gotten going yet, it's still OBP is over 500, and we saw that play, which obviously went viral and got on the Sports Center top 10, which is super cool to see. Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the mound for the Bravos will be Jacobs, a new face out of UCLA. He doesn't have too much college experience.
Right, only 5 innings, like Cam and Matt were talking about. I believe he's transferring to ASU. He's listed as ASU on the roster, but pitched at UCLA this season. Yeah, he's a lefty. We'll see what he's got. The pitching has been so good for Bourne recently. The last 2 games, they've gotten maybe 2 of their best starts all summer, with Garrett Horn, finishing strong, and then Ryan Fisher being even better yesterday. I think Fisher was probably the best outing we've seen from a Bourne pitcher this season. He was just landing his slider so well, and they give up 2 hits in 6 innings. And so, yeah, Ben Jacobs has a tough act to follow after Horn and Fisher, but we'll see what he's got tonight.
Completely, and, despite the really impressive start from Horn, Bourne bats couldn't really back him up in the end. Obviously, it was kind of a back-and-forth game, but couldn't come out with a win. Rebound yesterday against Harwich. We're so close to their first shutout of the season, but nevertheless, get the win over the Mariners. Still looking, though, for their first win against Brewster in 2023. Brewster team that's kind of been struggling a little bit, doesn't have a record as good as Bourne. They're below 500, but they've just seemed to be able to get it done against the Braves. But opening day feels like so long ago. I really only look at that last game when I seriously consider this matchup, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. It's completely different teams at this point, and so much has changed, and yeah.
It's crazy to think that, when we were here a month ago, the only guy still in this lineup, I think, is JKG.
Right, yeah. It's a completely different look. And, you've got New Contradas in there now, too. He's only a 2nd game so far with Bourne. And Jacobs is a future teammate with Contradas, transferring to ASU. So hopefully those guys can get to know each other a little bit before they play on the same college team next season.
Yeah, totally. And, tomorrow a matchup at Hyannis, which is the team that Bourne is perfect against this year, and then an off day on Tuesday. So I think a win here could be very exciting. As we talk about it a lot, they start to draw closer to Katuitt, who's, I believe, they're 3 games ahead right now in the West Division standings.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, the West in general has been a stronger division than the East. It's been maybe a little more competitive, just better teams overall in that division. But Bourne's hanging in there. They're right in there at second place and definitely have a chance to make a run at the title by the end of the summer.
Yeah, Braves at 13-10-1, Brewster at 9-13-2. See if the Braves can take one off the Whitecaps for the first time this year. Take a quick step aside, and when we come back, Cam and Matt.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services,
The
or
Bourne Braves
CDS, is a
organization is
technology
looking
company
for
based
families
in
willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun. Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org. Bournebraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. Bournebraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Stony Brook Field, the stage for game number 25 of the Cape League season between the Bourne Braves and the Brewster Whitecaps. We thank you for joining us on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Bourne get a bat first, the second time they will be here at Stony Brook Field in 2023. The last matchup was the home opener for the Whitecaps and opening day for the Cape League back on June 10th. Josh Timmerman on the mound, the right-hander out of Ohio State. And this is the lineup he'll face for the Bourne Braves. Josh Crotograuer will bat first, and he'll play second base. He was the leadoff hitter back on opening day. Jonathan Vastine will bat second. He will play shortstop. Derek Bender, he'll bat third and play first. Kendall Diggs, Sports Center top Dan men with the amazing catch last night at Dorn Park. He'll bat fourth and play right. Sam Peterson bats fifth. He'll play left field. He's back in the lineup. Bryce Evelyn batting sixth. He'll DH. New Contratis back at the hot corner. He'll bat seventh. Adonis Guzman will bat eighth and do the catching. And Gage Harrelson will bat ninth, and he will play center field. Matt, how does Bourne bounce back here against Brewster? They're coming off a big win last night at home against Harwich, maybe the quickest game of the season. How do they get win number one here tonight against Brewster?
Well, you hit on it. It was probably the quickest game we've seen. It was just over 2 hours at 2 hours and 2 minutes against Harwich. Against Brewster, you know it's going to be a tough contest. It's going to be tightly contested. And while Brewster's starting to reel a little bit, they've lost 2 in a row, and they sit fourth in the East Division standings. You just got to get those bats going early like you did against Harwich. You jumped out to that early lead. I think in this one, if you want to hold that lead and get out with a win, that those bats have to stay consistent because it's an unknown in the bullpen right now and with the starting pitcher.
Bourne will step in first. They're in their blue uniforms with the red lettering and the gray pants and the red striping. And Brewster in those pinstripe whites with the white pants and the black and blue lettering. Josh Timmerman, the righty, he's set. JKG, the righty in the box. First pitch, and we're underway from Stony Brook Field. First pitch, fastball up and away. Crotograuer batting first for the second time this summer. That was back here on June 10th. Timmerman's 1-0. This one right at the belt on the fastball, count 1-1. Crotograuer batting .269, 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. He'll play second base here. His elbow guard comes off. He'll call time in the box. Your umpires for tonight's game, Eric Carmona, he's the home plate ump. Joseph Lobella at first, and Christopher Scott, he's at third. Crotograuer with the tall righty stance. Timmerman set, glove at the face. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one fouled back on the fastball. Count quickly 1-2. Brewster coming off 2 straight losses. They sit at 9-13-2. Bourne snaps a 2-game losing streak. They win last night against Harwich. They're now at 13-10-1. Timmerman set, high leg kick. Here's the 1-2. Fastball once again fouled back. That one elevated. We'll stay at 1-2. First pitch came at 5:02, 77 and partly cloudy from Stony Brook Field. The 1-2 pitch, fastball up and inside. Crotograuer ducks out of the way, walks out of the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crazy to believe we're 25 games into the Cape League season. Third time these two teams faced off. Timmerman's 2-2 pitch comes to home plate. Wave and a miss from JKG out in front on the slider from the right-hander at Ohio State. There's one away. And we'll take a look at your infield-outfield for the Whitecaps. From left to right in the outfield, it's Josh Pearson, Michael Robertson in center, and Jaime Ferrer in right. And from third to first in the infield, Davis Diaz, Peyton Green at shortstop, Derek Berg at second, Brock Tibbetts at first, and Ike Irish, the battery, with Josh Timmerman. Here's the lefty, Jonathan Vastine. Timmerman's first pitch, fastball up and away, 1-0. Vastine, 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats last night, a double and a home run to left field at Dorn Park that went over 335 feet. The 1-0 pitch, this one knobbed foul third base side towards the Brewster bullpen. And Scott Landers said after that home run, he was not sure if Vastine had that in him to go the opposite way. It was an 0-2 pitch, fastball up and outside, and Vastine drove it. Timmerman set once again, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch to Vastine, fastball outside once again, 2-1.
Vastine's been a real tone setter for Bourne towards this top of the order so far this season.
Timmerman's 2-1. Fastball grounded second base side. Picked up from Berg on a hop. He'll fire to first. The stretch from Tibbetts. It's in time for out number 2 here in the top of the first. Vastine came in that at-bat, batting .313. And now Derek Bender, he'll dig in. Josh Timmerman, his 2023 season at OSU, a 2-2 record and 8.37 ERA. Started 6 games. First pitch to the righty Bender. Slider just going to miss outside, 1-0. 13 games appeared in overall for Timmerman. Makes his 4th start here this summer. His 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss from Bender, count 1-1. Timmerman's been outstanding, a 1.72 ERA, 15 2/3 innings pitched. His 1-1 pitch, Bender skies this one out and foul first base side. And some claps from the fans, a nice catch by a fan down the line here at Brewster. We saw last night the multiple foul balls from Bryce Eblin into Bourne foul territory. A few fans making some plays. Timmerman set, looking for the 1-2-3. 1-2 pitch slider, gonna miss out. 2-2.
Yeah, we saw a fan get hit at one point with a foul ball.
Didn't decide to move, but was completely fine and asked for the ball straight after. Took it like a champ. The 2-2 pitch, Bender rockets this one at second base. Picked up from Berg, though. He'll fire to first, and Tibbetts makes the catch for out number 3. So 2 ground outs and a strikeout, no hits and no runs in the top of the first for Josh Timmerman. Your first look at Ben Jacobs, the starter for the Braves. We head to the bottom of the first here from Stony Brook Field.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
We head to the bottom of the first inning here from Stony Brook Field, and your first look at the left-hander, Ben Jacobs. His first start in a Bourne Braves uniform, transferring from UCLA to Arizona State. Now teammates with the third baseman in New Contradas. This past season for the Bruins, a 9 ERA, not a lot of appearances. He went 0-1 with a 7 appearances overall, 5 innings, 9 walks, and 6 strikeouts. But coming out of high school, the number 4 left-hander out of California. Here's the lineup that he'll face for Brewster. Davis Diaz will lead off and play third base. Derek Berg will bat second, and he'll play second. Josh Pearson, he'll be in left field, and he'll bat third. Brock Tibbetts, the big-hitting lefty, he'll bat fourth and play first base. Ike Irish, the catcher, he'll bat fifth. Jared Jones will bat sixth and DH. Jaime Ferrer will bat seventh and play right. Michael Robertson, he'll play center field and bat eighth. And Peyton Green will bat ninth and play shortstop. Ben Jacobs, his first appearance here. We'll get to your Bourne defense in just a second. No score after a half inning of play and no hits for Josh Timmerman, the starter for Brewster. The lefty, Ben Jacobs, standing at 6'1". He'll face Davis Diaz, the righty third baseman out of Vanderbilt, batting .308 so far, 6 RBIs and 3 stolen bases. Jacobs steps on the mound. He'll work from the windup. Davis in the back of the box. He gets set. Jacobs glove at the face from the windup. Here's the first pitch. This one skied out towards right center field and shallow. Coming in is Harrelson, JKG going back. Harrelson's going to call everyone off for a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. And we'll take a look at your Bourne defense. From left to right in the outfield, it's Sam Peterson, Gage Harrelson, who just made that play, and Kendall Diggs, who was on SportsCenter Top 10 last night for his outstanding play in right field. And from third to first in the infield, New Contradas at the hot corner, Jonathan Dastine at short. JKG at second, Derek Bender, he'll play first. And the battery with Ben Jacobs is Adonis Guzman. Here's Derek Berg, out of West Point, the second baseman, he'll bat right. Jacobs set from the windup. High leg kick. Here's the pitch. Fastball just outside. 1-0. Berg, just his 5th game. He's 4 for 12. 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Jacobs set once again. Long look in. His 1-0 delivery. Fastball fouled straight back. Count 1-1.
And for Berg, he's coming off a super strong season with Army. And he doesn't strike out a whole lot. Yet to strike out this summer. Has only played a handful of games, but he's worked 3 walks. Been hit by a pitch twice.
Jacobs fires in the 1-1. Fastball, some chin music. Ducking out of the way is Berg. Count 2-1. A lot of new players in this Brewster lineup. A lot of guys playing their 3rd, 4th, and 5th games with the Whitecaps, who are looking to muster together some wins here near the halfway point. 2-1 pitch. Fastball low and inside. Just going to miss. Guzman can't pick it up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Just the 4th game for Pearson. He bats 3rd. The 3rd game for Jared Jones, batting 7th. And Michael Robertson, just his 3rd game, he'll bat 8th. Berg back of the box, 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. No score here in the bottom of the 1st. Jacob set, high leg kick. Fires this one in, fastball at the knees, just gonna miss. Ball 4, a 5-pitch walk for Derek Berg, and here comes Josh Pearson. We mentioned Jacobs, the number 4 left-hander coming out of high school in California, the 35th pitcher overall. And his national ranking, he was the 41st left-hander in 2022. Josh Pearson, the lefty, playing left field out of LSU. He's been 5 for 10. He's been scorching hot in his stint so far with the Whitecaps. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Has a wide stance, lefty-on-lefty matchup. Ben Jacobs now from the stretch. Takes a look at first, slide step, first pitch. Slider low, blocked by Guzman. Keeps Berg steady at first. Some dark clouds here from Stony Brook Field. Not a lot of wind. And finishing up a long week of baseball. A few rainouts throughout the week for most of these teams. Bourne got rained out once. 1-0 pitch, fastball, gonna miss, low and outside, 2-0. Brewster on a 2-game losing streak. Won 3 in a row before back-to-back losses. A latest 6-4 loss against the Harbor Hawks. Jacobs pick over to first base. Back standing is Berg.
And Berg's going to want to get back in the zone here. He's missed on 6 of his last 7 pitches after the first pitch out to Davis Diaz.
It's 2-0 to Pearson. Called strike on the fastball, painted outside corner. Right on cue, 2-1. 1 double as well for Pearson. A strong glove in the outfield. He's set once again. Jones the high leg kick, the 2-1. Shot first base side, just rolls down the line and foul. Count knotted at 2s. And Pearson, a teammate in the lineup in Jared Jones. He'll bat 6th, also from LSU. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Normal depth for the Bourne infield. Contratis about 5 steps away from the bag at third base. Outfield straight away. Jacob set once again from the stretch. Glove at the belt. Takes a look at first base. There's that second look from Jacobs. High leg kick, 2-2. Slider just outside. Count full. Snap throw from Guzman. That one was late. Berg sliding back safely. Brewster 7th in runs scored at 111. And 6th in runs allowed at the very moment. Started off as a hot team, won their first 3 games at home. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jacobs' pitch, this one line right center field. It's a base hit. Heading to second now, rounding the bag is Berg. He'll head to third base. A big turn at first is Pearson. He's in there safely. Runners at the corners for the Whitecaps, and their first hit of the night. It's the 6th hit of the summer for Josh Pearson.
That fastball was low in the zone. Might have missed, and Pearson went low, got it. Drove it out to right center field, and Brewster threatening early after the first pitch out for Diaz at the top of the order.
Brock Tibbetts, the tall righty, will now dig in. First baseman out of Indiana. Batting .286, 7 RBIs, has walked 11 times. First and third, 1 out in the inning. Jacobs in his first jam. Takes a look at first, highlight kick. Here's the pitch. Slider at the knees, a called strike. Tibbetts and Ike Irish, this 4-5 spot for Brewster. That's been their bread and butter to produce runs. No balls, one strike. Jacobs' pitch. Running from first is Pearson. The throw is low. Guzman's throw down. This one not going to be in time. Second and third now for the Whitecaps, looking to strike early. Brewster, those two losses, 12-5 against Wareham, and then that close one against Hyannis. Both sides striking first against Brewster. They're looking to change the tide here at home. Jacobs a long look in for the sign. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runners on for Brewster. Here's the pitch. Fastball, this one fouled back. Count 1-2. And we've seen some outstanding pitching performances, Matt, the last few outings for Bourne. Garrett Horn and Ryan Fisher. You talk about close to perfect in what they've been able to do for the Bourne offense. It's been great.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want out of a starter is confidence on the mound and someone that's going to give you good 5-6 innings on the mound, especially on a thin bullpen. But Bourne with Jacobs, it's really an unknown of what his distance is.
Jacobs, the 1-2. This one skied out towards center field from Tibbetts. Harrelson coming in. He's not going to make the catch. Drops down in center field. Coming in and scoring is Berg. The throw to third is cut off. And at first base with an RBI single is Brock Tibbetts. The Whitecaps strike first. It's 1-0. And Guzman, he thought he called time. Going into second is Tibbetts, catching all of the Bourne defense off guard. And Brewster now with second and third. Tough sequence of events there for Bourne. A nice hit from Tibbetts into center field. Couldn't score. Pearson, he's on third base. Berg coming around and scoring, and Tibbetts, he'll now be on second with the RBI.
The catcher from Auburn.
Yeah, it's just a tough pill to swallow for Bourne and for Guzman. He was confident. He called time. The umpire in Carmona must not hurt him.
Here's the catcher in the lefty, Ike Irish. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. Jacobs the pitch, slider outside, count 1-0.
And that pitch to Tibbetts was just left right middle in the zone, and as a hitter, your eyes light up when you see something like that.
Jacobs a long look in here to Irish. The Auburn catcher batting .255, 3 RBIs. Second and third for Brewster. Jacobs will step off here before the 1-0. Pearson on third base, Tibbetts on second. Jacobs set once again. The 1-0 pitch, slider low, blocked from Guzman. And Jacobs having control trouble early. 2 balls, no strikes to Irish. Two hits so far for the Whitecaps. Back-to-back hits so far for them. 2-0 pitch to Irish, fastball, called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And Matt mentioned it pregame, we've not seen a lot from Jacobs so far at his stint from UCLA at the college level to really say too much on the talent level from the left-hander. His 2-1 pitch, fastball just going to miss, low and outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. That fastball at 90 miles per hour from the southpaw. Tibbetts still on second base, Pearson on third. Third baseman in Contreras, 3 steps off the bag, in on the grass. Here's the 3-1 to Irish. Fastball low and inside, a called strike. Jacobs looking to work low, got one there, 3-2. Looking for out number 2, put the first man down on the first pitch in Davis Diaz. Irish back of the box, wide lefty stance, he'll choke up. 3-2, 1 away. Jacobs' pitch. Fastball, this one chopped in the box, hits off Jacobs. Going to be a foul ball, we'll do it again. Your dimensions here at Stony Brook Field, 315 to left, 395 to center, and 321 to right field. Similar ballpark to the dimensions at Dorn Park. A little bit shorter in the gaps. Both 395 to center field. Middle infield pinching just a little bit here for Bourne. Vast on the shortstop, holding on the runner in Tibbetts. The 3-2 to Irish. Fastball outside, ball 4. The catcher works a long at-bat. Base is now juiced for Brewster. Jared Jones comes to the plate.
And Scott Lanner's going to go out and talk with his pitcher. The entire infield will come in as well. A spot here for Bourne where you really want to get that double play ball if you can. It's tough to see early on from Jacobs here that just not having that control, and he's able to get to 2 strikes, but that put-away pitch he's still looking for, trying to locate that fastball and slider consistently. He hasn't had it thus far, and for Brewster, that's why you've seen them jump ahead to this early lead and continuing to threaten.
From LSU, number 51, Jared.
Full mound visit here. Scott Landers walks off the mound infield. Back to their positions. Jared Jones, the tall righty, out of LSU. He's in the box. Still in search of his first hit on the Cape. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 1 run so far for the Whitecaps. Jacob set back to the stretch. First pitch, off speed, bounces to the plate. Blocked from Guzman, thankfully, count 1-0. Irish off first, Tibbetts off second. Tibbetts at the RBI. And Pearson off third base. Jones back in the box. 1 ball, no strikes. Jacob set, here's the pitch. Fastball comes in at the knees, called strike. A prime opportunity here for Brewster to blow this one open early. But Bourne shown their starting pitchers have been able to work out of so many jams the last few games. We saw it with Garrett Horn. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Jacobs the highlight kick, the off-speed pitch. Big wave and a miss from Jones, count 1-2.
An off-speed breaking ball hung up in the zone. Just a little bit too high, and Jacobs takes a sigh of relief as Jones wasn't able to find it.
Looking for the punch out here. The 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball outside corner, called strike 3. Out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. Punch out number 1 for Ben Jacobs. And with 2 away, here comes Jaime Ferrer.
It's a big second out for Jacobs and for Bourne. Just looking to keep this at a 1-run game. Don't allow crooked numbers. It's the biggest thing for any starting pitcher, especially in a big spot like this.
Ferrer, the righty, out of Florida State, playing right field here tonight. 2 outs here in the inning. Jacobs looking to get out of the jam. First pitch breaking ball. This one driven out towards shallow center field. Harrelson coming in, not going to make the catch. 1 run's going to score. Rounding third base is Tibbetts. He'll score as well. It's a 2 out and a 2 RBI single for Jaime Ferrer, and Brewster leads 3-0.
That's an off-speed left in the zone, right in the sweet spot for a hitter, and Ferrer does just enough to get it up and out to center field.
From Florida, number 32, Michael.
Jacobs leaving that pitch up, as Matt mentioned, and here comes Michael Robertson, the lefty center fielder out of Florida. Has 2 runners on here with 2 away. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. Jacobs look at second, now takes a second look. Here's the first pitch. Fastball off the shins, called ball, 1-0. Robertson 1 for 5 in 2 games so far, 1 RBI. Jacobs glove at the belt. Here's the 1-0. Fastball fouled straight back, count 1-1. A walk from Derek Berg started this rally. Pearson got on. Tibbetts broke the scoring here early. And a strikeout made it 2 away, but Jaime Ferrer just poked one right up the middle. He's on first. Irish off second. 1-1 count here to Robertson. Jacobs look at second, the highlight kick. Here's the pitch, breaking ball low, 2-1. Brewster with 3 hits here in the bottom of the first. It's been their offense early, working a lot of long counts against Ben Jacobs. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, called strike on the outer half, 2-2. Now here's the chance for Jacobs to get out of this jam. Stop the bleeding at 3. Two-step lead off second base for Irish. Frere not being held on at first from Bender. Jacobs set, here's the pitch. Fastball line, third base side, gonna go foul towards the Brewster bullpen once again. Peyton Green waits on deck almost to look at the full order for the Whitecaps here in the first inning. Robertson back of the box, wide lefty stance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Jacobs fires in, breaking ball pitch, low and outside. This one inches off the plate, count full. Third full count of the inning. Jacobs looking to win this battle here. 2 walks surrendered so far. Here's the payoff pitch, both runners going. This one shot first base side and foul into the Bourne dugout. That first meeting here between Bourne and Brewster, back game number 1, a 6-4 loss for the Braves. And back on June 24th, Brewster snapped Bourne's 3-game losing streak at Doran Park, a 9-5 win and a grand slam from Trevor Warner. So far, the Whitecaps having the Braves number once again. Jacobs back ready on the bump. Long look into the sign from Guzman. Takes a look at second base. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. Here it is. Fastball. This one driven deep to right field. Everyone's going to take a look, but Harrelson, he'll track it down into center field and make the catch right at the warning track to end the inning. So a sigh of relief for the Braves here in the bottom of the first. The Brewster Whitecaps put up 3, and they lead 3-0 after 1. We head to the top of the second here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Top 2 here from Stony Brook Field. A commanding lead so far for the Whitecaps over the Bourne Braves. 3-0 after 1. And Bourne back with the sticks. 4, 5, 6 in their order. Kendall Diggs, Sam Peterson, and Bryce Eblin all due up. And Josh Timmerman, after a long break in the bottom half of the first, he's back on the bump. And Matt, struggling start so far for Bourne. How to get those bats going and play from behind, something they've had to do the last 3 games.
It's tough to say, especially against a guy like Timmerman. He's 1-1 on the season, and he just has a 1.72 ERA. He just allowed his first runs of the season in his last outing, which came against YD on the first. He's a really strong pitcher. He has a lot of strikeouts, doesn't walk a lot of guys. You just got to stay patient. He's going to give you hittable stuff. You just got to find a way to break through and get the train moving.
His 2 starts before that against Chatham and Wareham, both shutouts through his innings of baseball, went 4 against the Gatemen and 6 against the Anglers. Entering his second here against the Braves, here's the lefty Kendall Diggs. Diggs playing right field once again, righty on lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch, fastball low and inside, 1-0. Diggs made number 8 on SportsCenter Top 10, his sliding catch last night at Doran Park against Harwich. The 1-0 pitch, fastball in the attic, 2-0. Third baseman in Diaz, about 5 steps away from the bag at third. And straight away is the outfield. That's the only shift for the Whitecaps defense. Timmerman from the windup, 2-0. Fastball going to miss low at the shins to Diggs. 3 straight balls. And once again, Diggs in at-bat in his favor. He's walked 9 times so far in his season, hit by pitches in 2 of those times as well. Timmerman set, fires in the 3-0 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. And by no surprise, Kendall Diggs jogs down to first base. Walk number 10 on his summer.
Yeah, his on-base percentage coming into tonight, now it's going to go up, was at .519. He just finds ways to get on base while his batting average hasn't been high and his bat's still trying to get that into gear. He's found ways to get on base, and that's what Bourne needs right now.
Here's the righty and the left fielder, Sam Peterson. First runner on for Bourne. Timmerman from the stretch, highlight kick, first pitch, breaking ball, right at the letters, a called strike. Peterson in his yellow Iowa Hawkeye shoes and the black helmet with all the yellow stickers. First time we're seeing that from Peterson. Timmerman back to the stretch, middle infield pitching. The 0-1. Fastball just going to miss low, count 1-1.
Yeah, all those Hawkeye stickers, just all of them, basically covering the entire helmet except the front of it. Shows all the work that Peterson's done in his career with the Hawkeyes.
Timmerman's 1-1 pitch. Big wave and a miss from Peterson on the fastball at 89 miles per hour, count 1-2. Peterson batting .294, 8 stolen bases, 2 RBIs. He had 4 stolen bases against Wareham. He's back in the box, the wide stance, he'll choke up. Timmerman's 1-2, swing and a miss from Peterson, out number 1, and the second punch out for the right-hander.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Alabama.
Bryce Eblin now comes to the plate. He'll DH here tonight. Has played all throughout the infield outside of first base. We've seen him shift a lot between the hot corner and second. As the tall lefty stance, Timmerman set back to the stretch, digs off first base with a 2-step lead. First pitch breaking ball outside, 1-0. Eblin batting .220, 8 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. And we've also seen him all throughout the lineup that Landers has put together. He's batted first and second and all throughout the bottom of this order. Glove at the chest for Timmerman. The 1-0. Fastball low and outside. Not going to clip the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. And speaking of helmets, Eblin's always worn the crimson red helmet for Alabama. Matches the numbers on the Bourne jersey. Timmerman, a long look in. The 2-0 pitch, this one lined hard and foul down the first base side. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Eblin on the off speed from Timmerman, just out in front of it.
Not a huge difference between a few of the off-speed pitches from Timmerman to his fastball. That off-speed at 85. Eblin set. Timmerman's 2-1. Fastball up and away. Count now 3-1. Diggs still off first base with a 2-step lead. Bourne looking to crawl back down 3-0 early. 1 out here in the top of the second. Middle infield of Peyton Green and Derek Berg still pinching. Timmerman's 3-1. Fastball inside, it's going to miss. A 5-pitch walk for Bryce Eblin. He'll head down to first base. And first and second for the Braves with 1 away, and new Contratis. He'll dig in.
Big spot here for Bourne. You don't need to get it all back in one swing, but just a run or so to stay within reach here against Brewster.
Contratis just his second game. Went 0 for 3 against YD. 2 hard lineouts to left field in those 3 at-bats. He walked once and scored. RBI chance here for him. Timmerman set, first pitch to Contratis. Fastball low and outside, 1-0. Had an outstanding season at Arizona State, batting over 300. Had 217 at-bats as a freshman. Showed what he can do for the Sun Devils and looking to bring it here to the Braves. Diggs off second, Eblin off first. Timmerman's 1 out. Breaking ball pitch. Not going to clip the letters. 2 balls, no strikes. And Ike Irish going to talk to his pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, rightfully so for Irish. Saw in that first inning that Timmerman just working so comfortably, locating his pitches, and then that long break, his offense puts up 3 runs in the bottom of the second, and he comes out and he just hasn't had his same stuff. Looks comfortable against Peterson, but to the lefties and Diggs and Eblin, and now here against the righty and Contrades, just seems a little off.
2 straight balls here to Contrades. He'll stand back in the box, the tall righty stance. Timmerman a long look in from the stretch. Now he gets set, glove at the chest. Takes a look at Diggs. Here's the pitch. Fastball, gonna miss, low and outside. 3 straight balls to Contrades. And the Braves looking to load the bases. Adonis Guzman waits on deck. Gage Harrelson to follow. 7-8-9 now for Bourne. First baseman in Tibbetts not holding on the runner in Eblin. Diggs 2 steps off second. Second baseman in Berg right behind him. Here's the 3-0. Fastball outside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Contrades, the 3rd walk of the inning for Timmerman. And Adonis Guzman will step in.
Well, this is what you want if you're Bourne. They love working counts. They love staying patient, making these pitchers work to them. Now you got the bases loaded, and for Brewster now they'll have a conversation at the mound, make sure Timmerman's all right. He's taking some stuff off his fastball. Now working that 87 to 86 range, maybe going to 88. Not trying to over pitch. And right now for Bourne, you got to be able to take advantage of this. Guzman, a hot hitter. He's coming off his best game of the summer at Wareham on the 6th. Went 2 for 4 at 3 RBIs. It's a big spot for him.
Big spot here for Guzman, who is, in his hits so far this season, not too many of them, 2 doubles, and a lot of his big hits have come late into games or in big spots when Bourne has needed runs. And that's one of the positions right here that he's in. So the mound visit comes to a close. Timmerman back on the bump. Waves his arms in the air, infield in normal depth, not in, with 1 out in the inning. Middle infield pinching. The righty and Guzman digs in. Timmerman set. First pitch, fastball low, 1-0. Diggs off third base, Eblin off second, Contrades off first. Bourne still in search of their first hit, 3 walks in this inning. Timmerman set, takes a deep breath. Highlight kick, 1-0, fastball way inside. Guzman dances out of the way, 2-0. And Bourne has showed in some of their wins, early on during that 3-game win streak when Brewster beat them the second time, it was a lot of stay-in-front wins for Bourne, but they've shown that comeback resilience. Here's the 2-0. Guzman fouls this one back behind home plate. Going to be out of play. Out of oohs and ahs. There is the playground behind home plate, but it has a netting over it, thankfully. First strike in 6 pitches for Timmerman. He's set. The 2-1. Foul back from Guzman. Back-to-back strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bourne looking to fight right back and respond after 3 runs in the bottom half of the first for the Whitecaps. Guzman could do it right here. Timmerman, he's set once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss upstairs from Guzman. Strikeout number 3 for Timmerman, and there's 2 away here in the top half of the second.
And Donis upset as he goes back to the dugout. It's a simplified approach. You don't need to get it all back in one swing. Even just a sac fly would do for Bourne just to get a run in and cut down to the deficit. Now for Brewster, there's 1 swing away from getting out.
Here's the lefty, Gage Harrelson, and the 9-hitter. First pitch, fastball, it's right there, called strike. Harrelson batting .256, 1 double and 4 RBIs. for the Texas Tech outfielder. In a big spot right here. Timmerman looking to work out of the jam. His 0-1. Fastball outside. Nodded at once. Brewster 5-5-1 at home, 4-8-1 on the road. Won their first 3 at home and have beat Bourne here once. Timmerman set once again, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch comes in, fastball way upstairs, 2-1. Diggs still off third base. He led off this inning. Eblin had a 1-out walk, same with Contreras. And 2 strikeouts for Timmerman to Peterson and Guzman. Matt said his fastball is dipped down, that last one at 88. Looking to stay composed and keep the lead at 3 for the Whitecaps. Glove at the chest from the stretch, the 2-1. Foul back from Harrelson. Count even at 2s. Harrelson's also been all over the lineup for the Braves. I've seen him in a lot in that 1 hole, in that leadoff spot, and in this second leadoff spot here tonight. Timmerman's 2-2, fastball no good, full count. So everyone's going to be moving here. Bases juice, 3-2, 2 away. Top 2 here from Stony Brook Field, big spot for Timmerman. Long look in for the sign from Irish. He agrees. Now set once again. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball chopped off the shin of Harrelson in the box. This ball rolled third base side. Actually would have been a perfect bunt and little knob hit for Harrelson, just unluckily right off his shin. Steps out of the box here, just moving around that right leg. Normal depth for the Brewster infield and outfield. Third baseman once again in Diaz, few steps away from the line. First baseman in Tibbetts, a step in front of the right field grass. We'll do it again, 3-2, 2 away. Here it is from Timmerman. Runners going. Chopped first base side, picked up from Tibbetts, will take it himself to first base, and that will end the inning. 3 walks and no hits and no runs here on the top of the second for the Braves. Bottom 2 coming up. Brewster leads 3-0 here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Bourne strands 3 in the top half of the second. We head to the bottom half. A 3-0 lead for the Whitecaps. They'll have 9-1-2 in their order. Ben Jacobs, the left-handed starter for the Braves, back on the bump. It's Peyton Green, Davis Diaz, and Derek Berg due up. Green, the shortstop out of NC State. The tall righty digs in. Jacobs back to the windup. High leg kick, first pitch, fires in on the fastball. Gonna miss the letters, 1-0. So Matt and I just moved our seating a little bit. Now we were on that second bench on the bleachers, now on that first bench, and a little easier for me with my legs. Matt has a lot bigger legs to kind of squeeze down here. Here's the 1-0. Fastball low and inside, 2-0.
Yeah, they're a bit longer. I don't know if they're bigger, but longer is probably the word there. I feel a bit more comfortable. I'll say that. We're right in front of the action, too.
Jacobs fires in the 2-0. This one skied out towards left field in foul territory. Contreras running over towards the Brewster dugout. It's out of play. The decision to move was more kind of just for back pain. And, not to say that Matt and I are old and have the back pain that people talk about. We know that we're young. But, when you hunch over for a long baseball game, you want to get in a kind of comfortable position. Jacobs set once again. The 2-1 to Green. Fastball at the knees, a called strike, 2-2.
Yeah, it'll definitely wear on you a little bit. I can say, though, I can see right field now. It's a plus.
A lot of positives to this decision. Jacobs fires in the 2-2, low and inside. Dancing out of the way was Green, count full. Jacobs a long bottom half of the first. Whitecaps put up 3 runs on 3 hits. They lead 3-0. Green digs back in, 3-2. Jacobs set, glove at the face. Gets the sign from Guzman. Here's the full count pitch. Fastball, this one driven to left field and deep, but it will hook foul towards the Brewster bullpen. We'll do it again. And Matt and I have been to a lot of different ballparks in the Cape so far. A lot of different views that you have to adapt with. But Brewster, a great view, and when Matt says you're right in the action, you are right in the action. Almost sitting with the fans.
I mean, we are quite literally sitting with the fans.
I wish we had a picture, but radio broadcast. 3-2 pitch, off speed, low. A long at bat and a walk for Peyton Green. First leadoff base runner of the night for Brewster. They had that one-out walk in the first, get a no-out walk here in the second, and Davis Diaz, top of the order for the Whitecaps.
It's just been that third strike for Jacobs. He's still looking for it, trying to find that pitch, and Brewster's had some great 2-out hitting, but still just trying to find that pitch to keep in the zone, even if it's to let his defense make plays. He hasn't really had that opportunity, or giving those hitters something to hit.
First pitch to the righty and Diaz, breaking ball right at the belt, called strike, 0-1. Diaz 0 for 1, flew out to lead off this game on the very first pitch. The third baseman out of Vanderbilt, batting .308. 4 doubles, highlighting his summer so far. Jacobs from the stretch, pick over to first. Back standing is Green. Diaz with that teal blue barrel on his bat. A few of the Whitecap hitters have that exact bat. Normal depth for the Bourne defense. No balls, 1 strike. Jacobs look at first. Now back at home plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball fouled back. Count quickly 0-2. And every time there's a foul ball here, it gets a little bit louder. A lot of oohs, a lot of ahs. And directly behind us, as Matt and I were talking about, is that playground that has the netting over it. Jacobs once again set. Looking for a second strikeout. The 0-2. Breaking ball low. Blocked from Guzman. It rolls up towards the pitcher's mound. Staying at first is Green.
And Jacobs, what I've noticed is he has a lot of confidence in his breaking ball. He uses it early in counts for strikes, and here against Diaz, it's been every pitch. It's been that breaking ball.
Fires on the 1-2. It's a fastball elevated, just tipped back from Diaz. We'll do it again. That one at 89 miles per hour. That's where Jacobs has been sitting so far on the heater. Outfield straight away. Middle infield now pinching a Vastine and Kroder-Grauer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacobs pitch, off speed, wave and a miss, strike 3. Punch out number 2 for the southpaw, and there's 1 away in the bottom half of the second.
Now batting, the second baseman.
It's a really good pitch there. He knew he had Diaz kind of maybe a little off balance. He went breaking ball for the first 3 pitches and then changed it up with the eye level going high fastball and then went back down low.
Here's the righty second baseman, Derek Berg. Bat in his shoulder. First pitch to the righty. Fastball low and inside, a called strike. 0-1. Berg was the first base runner of the game in the first, walked and scored. And that was the rally 4 straight base runners on for the Whitecaps. Berg back in the box, pick over to first. Back standing is Green. Just the 5th game for Derek Berg. Plays his baseball at West Point. 4 for 12, 1 home run. Matt mentioned his stellar season at West Point. Jacobs the pitch. This one low. Running is Green. The throw down from Guzman. This one is going to be late and not in time. Peyton Green with a stolen base. And another runner in scoring position for Brewster.
Brewster's got a couple stolen bases now. Pearson had one in the first, both of which have come off breaking balls, and low in the zone makes it tough for a catcher in Guzman to get that quick exchange and fire it down to first. Gives those runners a little extra time.
Jacobs the 1-1. This one's a slider. It's low. Running to third base and gunned by a mile. Guzman with a dart. He'll throw out Green. And Green just read this ball low completely wrong. It was only a grab away from Guzman right behind him. He ran to third. Guzman gunned him. 2 outs now in the inning and a 2-1 count. Berg back in the box. Jacobs now back to the windup. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Here's the highlight kick. Here's the pitch. Fastball, spike to the plate, 3-1.
Well, now for Guzman there, a bit more easier play, and see that strong arm he's got right on a rope to Contreras at third.
No doubt about that one. Jacobs going to battle back, down in the count, 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball skied out first base side in foul territory. Bender runs over, now takes a step into the outfield grass, now comes in, tracks it, and makes the play to end the inning. So no hits and no runs here in the bottom of the second. 1 walk for Brewster. The runner stranded and gunned out in Peyton Green. We head to the top of the third here from Stony Brook Field. 3-0 Brewster on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves.
Top of the third inning here from Stony Brook Field. A 3-0 lead for the Brewster Whitecaps over the Bourne Braves. The third meeting of the 100th season of Cape League Baseball between the two teams that had been in the championship the last 2 seasons. Grauer in the box, top of the order. Timmerman from the windup. First pitch, fouled in the box. 0-1. Bourne had 3 base runners in the second on 3 walks, but 2 strikeouts. Timmerman bared down on the bum. Had a 1-2-3 first, put down JKG, the batter, on strikes. His 0-1, fastball bounces to the plate. Count 1-1. Bourne, the second best offense at the moment in the Cape, 129 runs scored, and third in runs allowed at 100. They've played some very good baseball, lost 2 in a row, and then beat Harwich 5-2 last night at home. Timmerman's 1-1, comes up and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And when they've lost games, it hasn't been by a whole lot. They haven't really been blown out per se, but right now it's kind of in that kind of makings of it.
2-1 comes in, fastball once again, some chin music. Grauer out of the way, 3-1. It's been a lot of close games, 1-run losses in back-to-back games. Bourne's battled. One game it's the offense, then it's a pitching, but last night, complete victory. Timmerman fires in the 3-1, breaking ball way upstairs. A 5-pitch walk to Crota Grauer. Second leadoff base runner of the night for the Braves, and Jonathan Vastine will step in.
And here for Bourne, you've worked the walks. You still don't have a hit, but you got to have a feeling it's going to come soon.
Jonathan Vastine.
And this is part of the order that you want, the top of the order. Crota Grauer's got some speed, had a couple of stolen bases on opening day here.
The lefty Vastine digs in. First pitch, JKG's going. This pitch is low, no throw from Irish. And now the 5th stolen base for Crota Grauer. He stands on second, exactly what Bourne wants here, trailing by 3. Vastine 0 for 1, a ground out back in the 1st. He's been scorching hot of late. Hit his first home run on the Cape last night at home. Timmerman back to the stretch. A look in, now a look at JKG at second. Here's the 1-0. Fastball right back up the middle. This one is going to be a base hit into center field. JKG getting the wave at third base. Picked up in center field by Robertson. There will be no throw. Crota Grauer scores. Jonathan Vastine, an RBI single here in the 3rd. And the Braves cut the Brewster lead to 2. It's 3-1.
Well, that's exactly what you needed if you're Bourne. It's a long game. I know I said it had the makings of a blowout because, Brewster's had their offense come up in big moments, but now for Bourne, you just need that one hit, taking one run at a time, one batter at a time, and here you got more speed with Vastine on the bases too.
The big swinging righty and Derek Bender digs in before the first pitch. Pick over to first. Vastine sliding back safely. Bender 0 for 1. Ground out back in the 1st. Batting .410, 5 doubles, and 13 RBIs. Went 2 for 4 last night. Timmerman back to the stretch. Pick over to first once again. Vastine slides back safe. Vastine with 8 stolen bases, tied for second on the team with Sam Peterson. Bender in first with 9. Middle infield pinching here for Brewster. No outs here in the top of the 3rd. Timmerman set, high leg kick. Fastball up and inside, 1-0. And Bourne loves to run. Matt and I have talked about it, breaking a in-game record for the Cape League against Wareham. 11 stolen bases in a single game. Timmerman once again set, glove at the chest. Takes a deep breath, pick over to first. Vastine once again slides back safe. Brewster sits 5 games back of first place, and Bourne sitting 3 games back. Cut that by a game last night in the win over Harwich. Here's the 1-0, Vastine going, breaking ball upstairs, not a called strike, throw down to second base, close call, not in time. The throw from Irish was on line. Vastine, the foot first slide, gets in there. His 9th stolen base, now tied for first on the team. And back-to-back stolen bases and runners in scoring position for the Bravos.
Even there, Vastine didn't get the best of jumps. And that made that play at second a lot closer than it normally is with Vastine's speed.
RBI chance now for Bender. He's the tying run in the box. Timmerman will look at second base. The 2-0. Big wave and a miss from Bender on the heater. 2-1. And Bender also had a scorching double against the Mariners last night. 106 miles per hour off the bat. Stole third, came in home on a pass ball. He scored twice. 2-1 pitch, bounces to the plate, blocked from Irish. Keeps Vastine at second. 3 balls, 1 strike. Kendall Diggs waits on deck. Walked back in the 2nd inning to lead off that inning. Middle infield still pinching. The second baseman in Berg holding on the runner in Vastine. Timmerman gives him a look. Now the 3-1 pitch. Fastball. This one driven to left field, but coming in left and making a sliding grab is Pearson. No, he will not make the play, it looks like. Throwback to second, and they're going to call Bender out. But Vastine now goes to third on the throwback from Pearson to second. That one was past Berg at second. So Vastine into third base. Bender's still on the bag at first. Waiting for the call from the umpire. Some of the Brewster players are calling him out. Now Bender takes the walk to first. So there was that snap throw to second base because Vastine was off the bag, but the throw went wide. So Vastine moves up 90 feet, helps out the Braves. And with one out, here comes Kendall Diggs.
That's just a strange play, but nice play by Pearson, sliding down, keeping his glove to the grass. With a big at-bat coming up here, it looks like they might go to the bullpen for Brewster against the lefty and Diggs.
And they will. They're going to bring in a righty coming out of the bullpen in left field for the Whitecaps. That will finish off the night for Josh Timmerman. A runner on here for Bourne, one away. Brewster leads 3-1. We'll be right back on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, BourneBraves.org.
This is JKG. You're listening to the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
We return here to Stony Brook Field on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network, and we thank you for joining us on this Sunday night alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Fisher Jameson now on the mound in relief for Josh Timmerman, the right-hander out of Florida, and he's pitched 2 innings so far in the loss against Harwich. He did not get the loss. 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Here's the lefty Kendall Diggs. Vastine off third base with 1 away. First pitch fastball at the letters, a called strike. Jameson for the Gators, 12 2/3 innings pitched this past spring. And 19 earned runs and struck out 15. His 0-1, fastball low, count 1-1. The righty stands at 6'5", 220. An over-the-top fastball. Working from the stretch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Diggs, chop first base side, gonna roll foul. It was Grauer to lead off this inning, walked and scored at a stolen base. It was an RBI single for Vastine, his 11th of the summer. And then Bender lined out to left field on a weird play, but a errant throw to second put Vastine to third. Jameson here looking for a big punch out with 1 away. Bourne trails 3-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just outside at 93 miles per hour. 2-2. Josh Timmerman was solid in that first inning, got in some trouble in the second. Fastball numbers went down and some trouble here in the third. His night ends. The 2-2 pitch, cut on and missed from Diggs out in front on the slider. Strikeout number 1 for Jameson, and 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Now batting the left
This is a nice breaking ball that fooled Diggs down and inside to the lefty. It was a simplified approach for Bourne. You're just trying to bring in Vastine and any way you can, and now with 2 outs, makes it easier for Brewster.
Here's the righty, Sam Peterson. First pitch fastball, lasered foul. My God, just above the head of the Brewster dugout. Everyone ducked down. That ball was 90 miles per hour off the bat, just to the left of Peterson. John Topoleski with some laughs at third base, same with the third baseman in Davis Diaz. Jameson's 0-1. Peterson lines this one deep to center field. Robertson takes 2 steps back now, settles in center field to make the catch to end the inning. So 1 hit and 1 run for the Braves on the RBI single from Jonathan Vastine here on the top of the 3rd. They cut the lead to 2. It's 3-1 Brewster. We head to the bottom of the 3rd here from Stony Brook Field.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Bourne gets 1 in the top half of the 3rd inning. Brewster now leads 3-1. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd, 3-4-5 in the Whitecaps order. Josh Pearson, Brock Tibbetts, and Ike Irish. And Ben Jacobs, the starter, back on the mound for the Braves, entering his 3rd inning of work. And we thank you all for joining us on this Sunday night for some Cape League baseball alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Pearson 1 for 1 so far. Singleton scored back in the 1st inning. But Jacobs bared down in the 2nd, only walked 1. It was a unconventional 1-2-3 inning as Guzman threw out the runner in green. So Jacobs back of the bump, lefty on lefty matchup as Pearson digs in. He'll work from the windup once again. He's set, glove at the face, highlight kick, first pitch breaking ball to the backstop, 1-0. Brewster with those 3 runs on 3 hits in the 1st, and Jacobs not wasting as many pitches now as he did in the 1st. Making his first start here on the Cape for the Bravos. Fires in the 1-1 fastball, outside corner, called strike. Count 1-1. Pearson now 6 for 11 on his summer, just in his 4th game for Brewster. Jacobs set once again. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, chop first base side. Bender picks it up on a hop. Now he bobbles it. Now he can't pick it up. And the ball rolls away from Bender. Going to be an E3 for Derek Bender. Josh Pearson to first base. A leadoff base runner for the Whitecaps.
That's a play for Bender that he's made routine so many times this season, and he's not a natural first baseman. We saw him catch last night, which is normally is, I guess as you would say, his natural position. And that's one play that you just want to have back to help your pitcher out in Jacobs.
Here's the righty, Brock Tibbetts. First pitch from Jacobs from the stretch. Slider inside, 1-0. Jacobs 1 for 1, or Tibbetts 1 for 1, excuse me. Singled and scored back in the 1st. Pearson, that runner off first base with a 2-step lead. Bender holding him on. Jacobs, glove at the belt, takes a look at first base. Now the 1-0 fastball, fouled straight back. Count 1-1. Tibbetts out of Indiana. 7 RBIs on his season. The usual everyday 4-hitter in the Whitecaps order. Middle infield here pinching for the Braves, Vastine and Kroder-Grauer. 1-1 count. Jacobs the pitch. Slider, this one popped up first base side towards foul territory. Bender runs over towards the dugout, now comes back and makes the catch. a few steps in foul territory. A nice bounce-back play from Derek Bender for out number 1.
Little redemption play for him. And Jacobs starting to settle in here to this game. After that first inning, he gave up 3 runs, but he's done a good job keeping pitches low.
Ike Irish now comes in, 0 for 0, walked in the first. The tall lefty looking for his first at-bat here tonight. First pitch found straight back off the glove of Guzman, count 0-1. Pearson still off first base, 3-1 lead for Brewster. 1 hit for Bourne, 3 for the Whitecaps. And an error for each side. Contreras 5 steps away from the bag at third base for the lefty. Middle infield still pinching. Jacob set once again, glove at the belt, runner is going. 0-1 pitch, this one's low. Guzman the throw down, it's spiked into the ground. And safely is Pearson at second base with the stolen base. And a runner on the pond for the Whitecaps with 1 away.
Second stolen base for Pearson tonight. He's just getting good reads over at first and choosing when to go right on these breaking balls in the dirt.
Jacobs once again a long look in. Irish back in the box, the wide lefty stance. 1-1 breaking ball at the letters, a called strike, count 1-2. And Jacobs a few times has missed with that breaking ball up, but just fooling these hitters a little bit and grabbing it in there for strikes. Still a dangerous pitch. Pearson back off second, Vasine at short holding him on. The 1-2 breaking ball, this one is low. Irish not biting, knotted at 2s. 3 RBIs for Ike Irish. 2 doubles on his summer so far. In a 2-2 hole. Jacob set once again. Here's the pitch. Fastball, this one grounded, second base side, right at JKG, picks it up, fires to first for out number 2. Advancing 90 feet is Pearson, and with 2 outs, here comes Jared Jones.
Now batting,
Jacobs doing a good job here with his pitches, locating them well, letting his defense make plays behind him. Also has a couple of strikeouts as well.
The left-hander has 2 strikeouts so far. He put down Jared Jones back in the first. He went down looking. The righty digs in with 2 away. Jacobs back to the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, called strike. Jones backed out of the way, not going to matter, 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brewster looking to extend their 2-run lead. Jacobs, the 0-1 fastball, cut on and missed. A big hack there from Jones, count 0-2. Jones still in search for hit number 1. 0 for 7 entering his 3rd game. Can Jacobs get out of the inning? Runner on third base, 0-2 count with 2 away. He's set, glove of the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Ben Jacobs. And he gets out of the inning. 1 base runner for Brewster. No hits and no runs here in the bottom half of the 3rd. We head to the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 Whitecaps. And I'll hand play-by-play over to Matt Scalzo here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field on a cloudy Sunday night in Brewster. Matt Scalzo, Cam Manna, happy to be with you here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. We're into the fourth inning, and Brewster still holding on to its 3-1 lead. For Bourne, it's 6, 7, and 8 due up here to face Fisher Jamison, his first full inning of work. He came in relief of Josh Timmerman. Midway through the third, he faces the lefty and Bryce Eblin. First pitch fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Eblin is 0 for 0, worked a walk. His first time up back in the second inning. The 1-0. Another fastball. Right at eye level. Out of the zone, it's 2-0. Bourne brought their first run in the third. An RBI single from Jonathan Vastine. Drove in JKG. The 2-0 from Jamison. Spiked low in the dirt. And it's 3-0. Bourne had the bases loaded in the second. Couldn't bring anyone in. And they've settled back into this game, taking advantage of the walks by the Brewster pitchers. The 3-0 outside and right on cue. It's a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Bryce Eblin to begin the bottom of the fourth. Or excuse me, the top of the fourth, excuse me.
And exactly what Bourne wants to start off this inning. You get another leadoff base runner. They did that in the third. Crota Grauer scored. Eblin has that speed as well to move up 90 feet, and Bourne has shown so far they're not afraid to steal.
Brings up new Contradas. As Cam said, it's just his second game on the season here for Bourne. First pitch swing, and he comes up empty on the fastball. Low, it's 0-1. Eblin leads off first. Contradas worked a walk his first time up. Second of the season, still in search of his first hit after an 0 for 3 day at YD. 0-1, another fastball, it's low, and Contradas lays off, it's 1-1. Bourne with just one hit. The single from Vastine brought in Crota Grauer. Brewster with 3, all of which came in the bottom of the first, with all 3 of their runs as well. The 1-1, Eblin going, breaking ball upstairs. The throw down from Irish is not in time. A head-first dive in from Eblin. He's in safely with his third stolen bag of the season.
And Bourne is seeing so far their bats are struggling just a little bit, but with their base runners, they're taking advantage. And Eblin, a great jump. They're seeing something right now with Jamison and Timmerman, the starter, and even Irish, understanding how good of a jump they can get and have that time to make it on the stolen base.
Eblin into scoring position here for Contradas. The 2-1. The off-speed is upstairs, and it's 3-1. On deck is Adonis Guzman. Eblin over at second, trying to cut into the deficit here against Brewster into the top of the fourth. The 3-1. Contradas fouls it straight back on an elevated fastball. It's 3-2. Jamison sets on the mound, working from the stretch. Checks at Eblin. The payoff pitch to Contradas. Grounder to the third base side. Gloved by Diaz at third. He fires on the move to first, and it's in time for the first out.
And a good play there from Diaz, looking back the runner in Eblin, and a good cover at shortstop from Green coming over to third. So no transfer over for Eblin on second, and a nice play there at the hot corner.
And here is Adonis Guzman. Struck out his first time up in the second. That was with the bases loaded. That was the third strikeout for Timmerman. Eblin moving around, and he's on his way to third. The throw is in time. He got a good jump, and he was looking to make quick work of Jamison on the mound, but good cover by Diaz, and Eblin's caught stealing for the second out.
Yeah, not with the doctor ordered there for Bourne, and a good jump there from Bryce, but, you know, not really hard for Jamison on the mound just to step off and make a quick throw to third.
Nobody on the bases here for Bourne. First pitch swing, Guzman's fooled on the breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
And that's just a gimme out there for Brewster, and, you know, Bourne had something brewing. Now 2 outs.
The 0-1. Off speed right down the gut, 0-2 to Guzman. Jamison trying to work around the leadoff walk from Eblin. Nobody on the bases here. The 0-2 from Guzman, or to Guzman, is a fastball that's up above the head of Guzman, and it's 1-2. Eblin caught stealing, then the ground out for Diaz. 1-2, chopper straight towards the Brewster dugout. Bounces up above, and its count will stay where it is at 1-2. Or rather, the ground out of Contreras put out by Diaz at third. Time is called. Behind home, Guzman steps back in. A 1-2 count, 2 outs. Jamison working from the stretch, the right-hander out of Florida. He kicks and deals the 1-2. Guzman, slow roller towards the first base side. Gloved by Tibbetts at first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will end the inning. An unorthodox 1-2-3 inning for Jamison on the mound. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Brewster holding on to a 3-1 lead over Bourne on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Welcome back to Brewster. Into the bottom of the fourth we head. Whitecaps still with a 3-1 lead over the Bourne Braves. Matt Scalzo, Manna, happy to be with you here on this Sunday night. Cloud-covered night. Cool temperatures right around 77 degrees. Ben Jacobs on the mound, heading into his fourth inning of work, and after a rocky bottom of the first, he's settled in, keeping the game where it is and silencing the Brewster bats. Meanwhile, for Bourne, they've gotten runners on. They've only found one hit on the RBI single from Jonathan Vastine. Had a chance to maybe cut to the deficit in the bottom of the fourth. Eblin reached on a leadoff walk, stole a base, and then tried to steal third, but was caught out in no man's land and had to make the mad dash for third. But Jamison caught him stealing. Jacobs on the mound to face Jaime Ferrer. First pitch, fastball low to the 7-hitter for the Whitecaps. 7-8-9 due up here in the bottom of the fourth. Ferrer had a 2-run single in the first inning. Made it 3-0 Brewster. 1-0. Skied high in the air. Foul ground right on the line at the first base side. Now creeping back into fair ground. Bender makes the catch. And there's one gone here in the bottom of the fourth.
And that first inning for Jacobs, he got into a lot of trouble, but since then he's bared down. There's been the leadoff base runners. That's the first time since the first he puts down the first batter, but coming quicker to batters with strikes, not wasting time, and a lot better rhythm from the left-hander.
Brings up the center fielder, an 8-hitter, Michael Robertson. Flew out to center field his first time up. Just his third game played with Brewster this summer. First pitch breaking ball. It's low, added lefty and Jacobs. Lefty on lefty here. Peyton Green will follow. The 1-0. Fastball clipped foul. Straight back, and it's 1-1. Bourne, the middle infield on the outfield grass, the edge of the outfield grass, rather. Contreras about 5 steps off the line at third and on lip of the infield grass. 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball from Jacobs. It's 1-2 to Robertson. No shift on in the outfield as Harrelson is spotted up in straightaway center field. Diggs in right and Peterson out in left. The 1-2. Fastball upstairs, it's 2-2. Bender a few steps off the line over at first. 2-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacob sets on the mound and kicks and deals to Robertson. Breaking ball chopped off home plate, straight back towards us. Count will remain where it is. Another 2-2 from Jacobs. Breaking ball low, gets past Guzman. The count runs full to Michael Robertson.
And another long at-bat here that Jacobs is forcing on the mound. Looking to just attack right here. Don't want to leave a base runner on.
Payoff pitch from Jacobs. Fastball golfed foul. Left field line. We'll go again on another 3-2. Dark clouds overhead, no rain projected in the forecast when I looked ahead of first pitch. Might have to check again.
I actually just took a look. No rain in the forecast for tonight.
Here's another 3-2 from Jacobs, and one more time it's fouled off by Robertson down the third base line. Set to go on another 3-2. Might have to put my sweatshirt on in a little bit. It's a nice cool night in Brewster. Wide lefty stance for Robertson, choked up on the bat. Another 3-2, breaking ball is low. And it's a 1-out walk to Michael Robertson. Puts a man on first with 1 out. But the bat boys and bat girls for Brewster were going after that ball behind the plate. And Brewster dugout was telling them not to touch it. It was still a live ball, but Robertson was taking his time at home, making his way down to first. Brings up the 9-hitter in Peyton Green. Worked a walk his first time up in the 2nd. Jacobs will now operate from the stretch on the third base side of the rubber. First pitch fastball high and outside, and it's 1-0. Before that, a throw to first. Back standing is Robertson. Count stays at 1-0. For Jacobs, this is now his longest stint in likely since high school. Longest he went was 2 innings in his lone start with UCLA this past spring. Transferring to Arizona State in the fall. The 1-0 popped up. First base side foul ground towards the Bourne dugout. Bender moving over, and he makes the catch. He calls off Guzman, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 4th.
And the 3rd time today, Bender's made a catch in foul territory on the first base side. Nice read there, communicating with Guzman right by the dugout.
So Jacobs just needing 1 more out to get through the 4th. But it's the top of the order now in Davis Diaz. He's 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout in his 2 times at the dish tonight. And now caught in a rundown here is Robertson. The throw from Bender to Vastine on the money for the 3rd out. Jacobs with a nice pickoff move and caught in no man's land was Robertson. He's gunned down for the 3rd out as we head to the top of the 5th. Brewster still with a 3-1 lead over the Bravos here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Back in Brewster to the 5th inning we go. It's a 3-1 Whitecaps lead over the Bravos. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Happy to be with you here on this Sunday night. Bourne bats coming back up. It'll be the 9-hitter in Gage Harrelson, and then the top of the order with Josh Kuroda-Grauer and Jonathan Vastine due up to face Fisher Jamison here in the 5th. And Cam, for Bourne, Ben Jacobs has settled into this game after 3 runs in the first inning. He's put up 3 straight zeros. Bourne looking to keep their bats going. Just 1 hit, though, but they've had runners on.
Yeah, it's time to help them out right here. Just be a little bit smarter on the base paths. Bourne now understanding their game plan, getting guys on, moving them over quickly, and looking to find the number here of Jamison.
Harrelson's 0 for 1. The first pitch to the lefty. Shows bunt. Pulls back as the fastball misses low from the right-hander in Jamison, and it's 1-0. Harrelson grounded out to first. There's an unassisted play for Tibbetts. 1-0. Takes the fastball, catches the outside corner, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 bounces in the dirt right near the shoes of Harrelson. Count set 2-1. 2-1 to Harrelson. Off speed catches the outside corner, and it's 2-2. The leadoff hitter and the center fielder for the Bravos came in with a .256 batting average. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Fastball paints the inside corner. Harrelson down looking, and there's 1 gone in the 5th on Jamison's second punch out of the night.
And not a lot on that one, miles per hour wise, but just painted in a good spot there. Tough for Harrelson to turn on when you're a little bit late already. And a good first out.
First pitch to JKG. It's swinging and grounded towards second. Fielded and fired onto first by Berg, and it's in time for the second out. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th for Jamison. Brings up Jonathan Vastine.
Yeah, just out in front there was Kuroda-Grauer and just knobbed that one second base side. 2 quick outs here for Jamison, and he's looking for that 1-2-3 once again for him.
Against the lefty and Vastine. First pitch, swing and a miss on the breaking ball, low in the zone, and it's 0-1. Vastine is 1 for 2, an RBI single back in the 3rd on Bourne's lone run. The 0-1, same pitch, same result. The breaking ball fools Vastine, and it's 0-2. The windup and the pitch, the 0-2. Fastball low in the dirt, laid off by Vastine. The count moves now to 1-2. Middle infield on the edge of the outfield grounds. The second baseman and Berg's actually a few steps into shallow right field. 1-2, breaking ball grounded straight to second, right at Berg. He fields, fires to first, gets Vastine out by a step. It's a 1-2-3, top of the 5th for Fisher Jamison as we head to the bottom half with the Brewster Bats coming back up here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. Into the bottom of the 5th we go. New pitcher on the mound for the Braves. Out of UConn, it's Brady Afton. Closing the book for Ben Jacobs. He goes 4 innings, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, struck out 3 and walked 4 in his first start on the mound after a freshman season at UCLA where he didn't get a whole lot of time, but a solid start on the mound for Ben Jacobs. He gives way to the right-hander in Afton. For Afton, he's making his 4th appearance on the summer. Comes in with a 1-0 record, an even 6 ERA in 3 innings of work.
Leading off for the Whitecaps.
Has allowed 4 hits, struck out 1, and walked 3 so far this season.
Number 1, Davis.
His last appearance came on the 6th at Wareham. Just gave up 1 hit in 1 inning of work. And he faces the top of the order in Davis Diaz here in the 5th. First pitch, fastball high and tight, brushing out of the way. For Diaz on the fastball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Fastball right at the top of the zone. It's 1-1. A 1-1. Breaking ball. This one's clipped straight back by Diaz. It's 1-2. Diaz is 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout his first 2 times up. That came in the first and in the second inning. Bourne pitching staff in Jacobs settled in after that tough first inning where he faced 8 batters. The 1-2. Fastball zips upstairs from Afton. It's 2-2.
And for Afton so far, a lot of 1-inning appearances. That's been all 3 for him. And he just had 1 little tough outing.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses outside. A full count to leadoff man in Diaz. Derek Berg and Josh Pearson to follow. Payoff pitch. This one's driven out towards center field. Harrelson racing back towards the warning track in the shadow of the wall, and he makes the catch for the first out. Diaz gave it a ride, but to the deepest part of the park, it traveled 378 feet.
Second baseman from the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Strong swing there from Diaz, cracking that one. Good read from Harrelson, though, straight off the bat. And a nice out, number 1 for Afton.
Brings up Derek Berg, 0 for 1. A walk with a run scored in the first and then popped out to Bender at first back in the second. Righty on righty here against Berg. Afton kicks and deals the first pitch. Breaking ball is just off the end of the bat, fouled straight back.
And Afton was stellar at UConn. 3 ERA and 18 appearances out of the bullpen. And he was a very dominant guy when he came in, pounded the strike zone.
The 0-1. Called strike on the outside corner on the breaking ball. It's 0-2 to Berg. Berg yet to strike out this season in his 5th game with the Whitecaps. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Berg sharply hits it straight at first, and it's a nice grab from Derek Bender on the hard hit line drive for the second out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Hard hit ball there, and Bender's had to do a lot of work today at first base. His head's been on a swivel. He's had a lot of putouts at first.
LSU, number 11.
Brings up Josh Pearson. He's reached both times today, singled and scored in the first, then reached on an error back in the 3rd. Just a lone error for the Braves by Derek Bender. 1 error apiece for both sides. First pitch breaking ball, just a touch off the inside part of the plate, and it's 1-2. Or excuse me, 1-0. To Pearson. This one's popped up, foul ground down the third base side. Racing over is Contreras. Coming on over now is the shortstop, Vastine. He can't make the catch. And that will drop in foul ground. The count moves to 1-1. Wasn't sure if there was a communication error there between Vastine and Contreras. Excuse me. Couldn't tell if they bumped into one another.
And a tough play for Vastine. He tried to kind of grab it out of the air instead of going to the basket catch with his glove. It was a tough read, weird communication. Also a tough spot, long run for both of them. A lot of room towards that third base side of the Brewster bullpen.
Shift is on for Pearson. Contreras at third is 5 to 6 steps to the right of the bag. The 1-1 bounces in from Afton. It's 2-1. Vastine is shaded towards second base with his heels on the outfield grass, and JKG at second. It's about 1 to 2 steps into shallow right field. Derek Bender playing on the line at first. 2-1. Off speed misses outside, and it's 3-1 to Pearson. Harrelson in straightaway center field. No shift for the outfield of Diggs in right and Peterson in left. 3-1. This one sharply hit straight to second. Takes a weird hop, and it bounces off the glove of Josh Kuroda-Grauer. And coming in to first goes Pearson. He's now reached all 3 times. They'll give him the hit on a hard hit ground ball, 100 miles an hour off the bat of Pearson. And the Whitecaps have a man on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th as Brock Tibbetts will now step in.
That ball there was just scorched from Pearson. And we'll see how the heart of the order does now for Brewster.
Tibbetts is 1 for 2, an RBI with a run scored in the first. Throw over to first from Afton, back standing is Pearson. Bender holding on to him. The middle infield pinching of Kuroda-Grauer and Vastine. To the righty and Tibbetts. First pitch fouled off of home plate, and it's 0-1. No shift in the outfield. Contreras at third, about 3 steps off the line. Afton checks over at Pearson at first. The 0-1. Off speed misses low. It's 1-1. The 1-1 to Tibbetts. Fastball popped up down the first base side, and it will tail out of play. Count moves to 1-2 to the right-handed hitting first baseman for the Whitecaps.
And a good pitch there from Afton, elevating and changing the eye level of the hitter and Tibbetts throughout this at-bat. Has been a good 1-2 spot.
Afton sets on the mound, looks at Pearson, the 1-2 home. Breaking ball low, gloved by Guzman. Tempted for a snap throw to first. He ushers Pearson back to first, and the count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs. Tippett settles in, wide righty stance. Snap throw to first from Afton this time. Pearson with a head first dive back safely. The 2-2, Pearson going, fastball upstairs. Guzman the throw, turns around Crow to ground where he spins and he makes the tag. Pearson's caught stealing to end the inning. Adonis Guzman a strike. And that will end the 5th inning. An unorthodox 1-2-3 inning for Brady Afton out of the bullpen. We head to the 6th. Brewster still with a 3-1 lead over Bourne here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Network.
Back at Stony Brook Field, JKG welcomed us back in after a nice play he had in the bottom of the 5th to end the inning. Josh Pearson was caught stealing a strike from Adonis Guzman. JKG with the backhand stab and then spun around to tag Pearson to end the inning. Gives way to the Bourne bats here on the top of the 6th. Matt Scalzo, Cam Manna, happy to be with you here. Bourne still looking to get their bats going here. Just one hit, and it was an RBI single from Jonathan Vastine in the 3rd. Brewster had all 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and since then the bats have quieted down. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Braves. Derek Bender, Kendall Diggs, and Sam Peterson due up to face Fisher Jamison. First pitch, check swing on the breaking ball. Bender lays off. It has an appeal down to the first base umpire and Joseph Labella. Eric Carmona behind the dish, calling balls and strikes. Christopher Scott's at 3rd. The 1-0. It's a called strike on the outside corner from the off speed of Fisher Jamison, who has been brilliant out of the bullpen in place of Josh Timmerman. The 1-1. Bender pops it up, and it will sail out of play down the first base side. Count moves to 1-2. No shift on for the infield or the outfield for Brewster. The 1-2. Bender fouls it straight back. Just over our heads, it's 1-2.
And Bender there just laying that fastball, and a good job from Jamison mixing up his pitches. Has Bender off in front on the off speed and that one on the fastball.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball foul tipped right off the mask of Ike Irish behind the dish. Count stays where it is. A long at bat so far. 3 straight foul balls from Derek Bender. Another 1-2 from Jamison. Fastball, it's popped up, and this is out of play. Straight back over top the press box. Lands on top of the netting right over the playground. So that comes in handy there. Still a 1-2 count. The righty and Jamison rocks and deals. Bender drives this one out to right field, straight away at Jaime Ferrer. He's in the perfect spot, and he makes the catch for the first out.
And a good swing there from Bender, going down, getting that two-strike fastball that looked good on the outer half, but Bender waiting back, just driving a hard-hit ball to right field, just right at Ferrer.
From Arkansas, number 8, Kendall.
Brings up Kendall Diggs, Mr. SC Top 10. First pitch to him, swings and misses on the breaking ball. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1. A walk and a strikeout is 2 times up today. The 0-1. Fastball. This one's lined towards right field, and it'll drop in for a base hit in front of Ferrer. Kendall Diggs, a 1-out single. Puts a man on base for Bourne. As Sam Peterson will step up to bat here for the Bravos, looking to get their bats going. Just the second hit of the night for the Braves, and for Diggs, that's his 4th hit on the season. Peterson's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout, his 2 times up. First pitch spiked into the dirt, gets past Irish. Diggs will advance over to second. He'll park there. Puts a man in scoring position with 1 out for the Bravos.
And Bourne's done a good job with runners on base, trying to advance them any way they can, whether it's the stolen base, a wild pitch, a pass ball, and Diggs there moving up 90 feet. Now a prime spot for Peterson.
Peterson settles into the righty's batter's box. Righty on righty here against Jamison. Diggs over at second. The two were teammates last summer with the Kingsport Axemen. 1-0. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-1. Diggs over at second. Righty on righty between Jamison and Peterson. 1-0, or excuse me, the 1-1. Fastball dips low, and it's 2-1. Bryce Eblin's on deck for Bourne. Peterson with the high socks, yellow cleats on. Diggs over at second. 2-1, swing and a miss. On the fastball, low in the zone, it's 2-2. Jamison's kept it low here to Peterson so far. Diggs takes his lead over at second. Creeping behind is Berg, the second baseman. The 2-2. Fastball grounded foul down the third base side, and we'll go again on another 2-2.
And a big spot here for Bourne. This game trickling on. Both offenses haven't been there. It was 4 hits and 3 runs in the first inning for the Whitecaps. Right now a prime time for the Braves to crawl back.
2-2 to Peterson. Check swing on the breaking ball. He did not go around, says Labella on the appeal over. The count runs full to Sam Peterson. Jamison looks in, he's got his sign, working from the stretch. Diggs over at second, he takes a peek. Payoff pitch to Peterson, and he fouls it off to stay alive.
And that went off the, just above the knee pad of Irish, it looks like. So home plate umpire here in Carmona giving Irish a quick second.
Carmona goes to get a fresh set of baseballs from the Brewster Bat Girls. Little pause in the action. Peterson steps out. Gets his sign from third base coach John Topoleski. Lucas Olson's over at first for the Bravos. Back underway as Jamison sets with his sign. Diggs over at second. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. The 3-2. Peterson pops it up straight back, and it will come out of play, landing over top the press box. We'll go again on another 3-2 along at bat here for Sam Peterson.
And something about foul balls here is everyone kind of gets on the edge of their seat with a foul ball at Stony Brook Field.
Here's another payoff pitch from Jamison. Swing and a miss. A long battle with Peterson, and he gets him to chase on the off-speed low for the second out and his third strikeout of the night.
And moving from center field to right field, number 32, Robertson. Now batting for the Braves.
And a substitution change for the Whitecaps. Michael Robertson is now in right field, so Jaime Ferrer, he's done, and Will Turner now in center.
And that will be the night here for Fisher Jameson as Bryce Eblin, the lefty, will come up. And it will be a lefty coming out of the bullpen for Brewster. We'll get you all you need to know on the new arm coming in for the Whitecaps when we come back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, BourneBraves.org.
Welcome back to Stony Brook Field. New pitcher on the mound. It's Joey DiChiaro for the Whitecaps. On the season, he's 4-0 with a 1.87 or an 8.9 ERA in 7 appearances through 19 innings. He has struck out 16 and walked 5. He's allowed just 8 hits and has allowed just 4 runs on the season. He got the win at Bourne on the 24th and the win on opening day. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits against the Bravos back on the 24th. What a grand slam by Trevor Werner propelled the Whitecaps to that 9-5 win in the last meeting between these two. He went 3 shutout innings of no-hit ball against Bourne on opening day, and his last appearance against Harwich on the 5th, 2 innings, struck out 4, walked 1.
Go, Joey!
And he'll have a conversation with Ike Irish to face Bryce Eblin here in the bottom of the in the top of the 6th rather. A man on second and Kendall Diggs. He singled and advanced to second on a wild pitch. Eblin is 0 for 0 still. A couple of walks on his day so far. It's lefty on lefty. First pitch to Eblin. Fastball high and tight. He doesn't go around on his check swing, and it's 1-0.
And DiChiaro as a whole has been stellar. He has only walked 5 in 19 innings with those 16 strikeouts, as Matt was talking about. That's very dominant.
1-0. This one's golfed out toward shallow center field. It is charging in and dropping in front of Will Turner. Diggs will turn on. The Jets coming to score. Eblin trying to stretch it to second, and he dives in ahead of the tag from Tibbetts. Bryce Eblin delivers with 2 outs, drives in Diggs, and cuts the deficit down to 1. An RBI double makes it 3-2.
And a hustle play from Eblin to extend that there. Tibbetts went full extension to try to tag him out. Just dropped down and right in center field. A good jump from Diggs as well to score. Big run there for Bourne.
So Bourne with the tying run, and Eblin stands on second base. New Contratis steps in. Still looking for his first hit, facing the lefty into Charo. The first pitch to Contratis. Gets past home plate and bounces down the first base side. Eblin heads on into third, takes a wide turn, and he'll hold there. So the tying run for the Bravos stands 90 feet away with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. For Eblin, that was his 9th RBI of the season, and he's now reached base all 3 times today. First time we've seen him DH, and he's done an excellent job thus far. Contratis is 0 for 1. A walk and a ground out is 2 times up. 1-0. Clip straight back, and it's 1-1.
And a huge spot right here for Contratis, and what a way for him to get his first hit in a Bravo uniform, tie this game up at 3.
The 1-1. Breaking ball outside, it's 2-1. That hit for Eblin, it just dropped into the Bermuda Triangle as Berg, Green, and Turner were all racing in. 2-1, breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's 2-2. Fouled straight back by Contratis. We'll go again on another 2-2 count. Adonis Guzman's on deck if it gets to him. Eblin 90 feet away at third, trying to tie it up, just had an RBI double. Brought it within 1. The 2-2. It's low, blocked by Irish behind the plate. Eblin holds at third. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Contratis, his freshman season with the Sun Devils, 8 home runs, 40 RBIs. Gonna bring that same success here to the Cape. Just his 2nd game with Bourne. The 3-2, swing and a miss, down on strikes, couldn't catch up to the fastball. And Eblin stranded over at third as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bourne gets one back, and they're within 1 as Eblin drove in Diggs. We head to the bottom half of the 6th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Back at Stony Brook Field, Brady Afton heading out for his 2nd inning of work. It's the bottom of the 6th here from Brewster. It's a 3-2 Whitecaps lead. Bourne brought the deficit down to 1 as Bryce Eblin drove in Kendall Diggs on a blue fly ball out to center field that dropped in between Turner, Berg, and Green. That will bring up 4, 5, and 6 here against Afton, who worked an unconventional 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the 5th. Josh Pearson was caught stealing to end the inning, so Brock Tibbetts back up to bat here to begin the bottom of the 6th. He's 1 for 2, an RBI single and a run scored in the first with a pop out to first, and he's hit on the very first pitch here in the bottom of the 6th.
And it's Bourne wanting to put consistent innings together, and they've been stellar on the pitching side. The bats, a big hit from Eblin last inning. They're trailing by a 1, but now a perfect scenario for the Whitecaps. Easy runner on, missed pitch from Afton. Now you wonder what they do with it.
Fastball just slipped out of his hand and caught the hip of Tibbetts. Ike Irish now comes in. 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out so far for him. First pitch. Breaking ball misses low. It's 1-0. Afton has gone 1 inning in all of his appearances so far this season. Made it out for a second inning of work against Orleans, but got pulled. 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. Tibbett leads over at first. No stolen bases for him this season. He's held on to by Bender. 1-1. Breaking ball misses low. It's 2-1.
Really good spot there from Afton, just missing a few times. Breaking a little bit in and outside. Close pitches there to Irish.
Snap throw to first from Afton. Back safely is Tibbetts. 2-1 count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1. This one fouled straight back, and it's 2-2. On deck is James Tibbs, pinch hitting for Jared Jones. Here's the 2-2. Fastball catches the foot of Tibbs. Back-to-back hit by pitches, puts runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, tough pitches from Brady Afton, just missing a few times and now just not finding the zone. Clipping the foot there, and as Matt mentioned, here comes James Tibbs.
From Florida State, number 33, James Tibbs.
Tibbs, the lefty out of Florida State. And that appears it might be it for Brady Afton. Back-to-back hit by pitches. Scott Landers coming out to talk with him. We'll see what they do. Looks like it'll just be a mound visit here. Discuss defensive alignment here against Tibbs, who comes in with a .244 average, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs in 23 games this season for the Whitecaps. Has been here from the jump. Has played in every single game this season in some capacity, whether it's a pinch hitter or starting, and now he makes his 24th appearance. Afton will stay in the game, just a mound visit from Landers, discussing what to do. As the left-hander and James Tibbs comes in to bat. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. A 3-2 Whitecaps lead over the Braves. Bourne has brought in the last 2 runs, a single tally in the 3rd and then in the 6th. Brewster had all 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning against the starter and lefty Ben Jacobs. Now the righty, and Afton comes in. Made 3 unscathed in his 1st inning of work. Now he has a couple runners on. First pitch to Tibbs. Breaking ball misses low, and it's 1-0.
And a big spot here for Tibbs and for Brewster. He's hit so well with runners in scoring position, and his power has obviously been seen.
1-0. Fastball chopped first base side. It will dribble foul. Count moves to 1-1 with nobody out. It's Irish at first and Tibbetts at second. Both were hit by a pitch to begin here in the bottom of the 6th. Tibbetts was hit on the very first pitch, and then Irish picked up a get-out-of-jail-free card on the 2-2 count. Contreras at third is creeped up on the infield grass. 1-1, bouncer towards second. Gloved by Kuroda-Grauer. He flips to second for one. Vastine spins to first. It's in time. 4-6-3 double play. Huge pair of outs for Bourne here in the bottom of the 6th. Advancing over to third goes Tibbetts. Brings up Will Turner.
And a huge double play there for the Braves. What a quick turn from JKG, spinning his body, and it was a throw from Vastine. Has such a hard throw, and it's accurate to get the runner in Tibbs by a step.
Will Turner out of South Alabama, another lefty here. Comes in with a .262 average, a home run and 8 RBIs. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Came in of place of Jaime Ferrer and slotted into center field as Michael Robertson, who started the game in center field, moved over to right. Robertson stands on deck. 1-0. Fastball right at the knees, called strike one. It's 1-1. Fastball down the gut. 1-2. Afton looking to work out of trouble. 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball froze Turner. Afton gets a huge punch out and works around trouble. As we head to the 7th, but first we'll welcome in the 3rd member of our team, down to Allie Navarrete. What have you got for us, Allie?
Thank you, Matt. Obviously, some of these players getting used to having some off days on game day, but one in particular never takes a day off in the dugout, and that's Garrett Michelle. He told me he likes his 2 games on, 1 game off schedule, because on his days off, his favorite activity is to go warm up his players in the outfield. He has been by Kendall Diggs' side in right field between every inning when the team goes back out on defense. He told Kendall, I will do whatever you want. Kendall said, okay, follow my lead, and they've got some routes they're running, so it's like football styles of warm-ups today out there. But I know Garrett likes to keep himself busy, and that's just one of the ways he does that.
Thank you, Allie. Garrett, one of the bigger characters on the team. We'll step aside, and I'll hand play-by-play off to Cam when we come back here in the 7th inning.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Top 7 here from Stony Brook Field. Adonis Guzman in the box, and the lefty Joey DiChiaro, he's set. First pitch, foul tipped into the glove. 3-2 lead for the Whitecaps over the Braves. Pedro's duel so far for both pitching staffs. 4 hits for Brewster, 3 for the Braves. DiChiaro from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Guzman skies this one left field, way foul towards the left field bullpen. Count 0-2. Guzman 0 for 2. Has thrown out a runner here tonight. Ground out back in the 4th inning. 8-9-1 here for the Braves. Gage Harrelson on deck. DiChiaro set once again. The 0-2, fastball spiked. Count 1-2. Matt mentioned it, DeCharo's season of the bullpen has been stellar, a 1.89 ERA. He's 4-0, 2 wins versus the Braves. Glove at the belt for the lefty. 1-2 delivery. Guzman, a scorcher to right center field. This one is a base hit and rolls into the gap. Picked up from Will Turner. Guzman to first. His first hit of the night and a leadoff base runner for the Bravos.
Bourne starting to come on late right now. That's what we've seen over the last week. And speaking with John Topoleski at Wareham during BP, he was watching Adonis swing, and he looked at me and he's like, he's come such a long way since when he first arrived at Bourne. His swing has improved, and it's showing as of late. He's gotten his bat going.
Here's the lefty Gage Harrelson, first pitch. He backs out of the way. Fastball inside, 1-0.
Coming off that 2-for-4 night against Wareham, 3 RBIs. Now he's got his first hit here.
And his timely hits have been big, too. That one timely here to lead off the inning. Harrelson shows bunt, pitch comes in, he pulls back, not going to matter. A called strike on the fastball, 1-1. At Old Dominion for DeCharo in 2023, a 4.43 earned run average. He went 1-0 in 22 1/3 innings pitched. He takes a look at first. He's set once again. Third baseman and Diaz in. Pick over to first. Sliding back is Guzman safely. DeCharo's had the number of the Braves, just like his whole entire squad, looking for win number 3 over Bourne. His 1-1 delivery, off-speed pitch, wave and a miss from Harrelson, count 1-2. Both teams now even in the hits department with 4. DeCharo set, a look at first, takes a second look, pick over once again, Guzman back standing. Third baseman and Diaz now back with 2 strikes, middle infield pinching for the Whitecaps. Glove at the belt once again, DeCharo's 1-2. Fastball, this one driven out towards right field and towards the gap. Running over is Michael Robertson. He'll call everyone off, and both of the outfielders collide. It looks like Robertson made the catch. Will Turner gets up in right center field for out number 1. Scary play in the gap. Tough communication, both players smacking into each other, but Robertson held on.
Yeah, it's always a scary sight to see, but now there's going to be a pinch hitter, or pinch runner, excuse me, for Bourne. Pete Ciuffretta's going to come in for Adonis Guzman, so we'll see a new catcher behind the plate, but Pete's got some speed, some sneaky speed, as I like to say, on the base paths. 8 for 9 on stolen bases this season.
Picked up a stolen base in his latest game. Top of the order now for the Bravos. Josh Crotograuer will dig in. Ciuffretta with a 2-step lead. DeCharo set, takes a look at first. Here's the first pitch. Fastball low and outside, gonna miss, 1-0. So you wonder now what Bourne goes to. Do they go to Pinckney? Do they go to Bodine? Last night for the Braves, Bender was behind home plate. Bodine had the night off. It's been back-to-back games on the bench for Bodine. 1-0 pitch, fastball up, 2-0. But Pinckney's been hitting the ball very well. Had 2 singles against YD. That came back on Friday. Crotograuer back in the box, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. DeCharo pick over to first, Ciuffretta back standing. Crotograuer 1 for 2, walked and scored back in the 3rd, led off that inning with a walk and a stolen base. Vastine drove him in. DeCharo's 2-0, fastball at the letters, this one a called strike, count 2-1. Middle infield still pinching, third baseman and Diaz back at 3rd. Ciuffretta still yet to move on first. Tibbetts holding him on. Glove at the belt, here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball up and outside. JKG shakes his head, count 3-1. Jonathan Vastine waits on deck, has the RBI single. That came in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. Big spot here for the Braves. Top of the 7th, they trail by 1. DeCharo's 3-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees. Called, nope, not a called strike. Crotograuer walks out of the box, and he'll head down to first base with a 5-pitch walk. First and second now for the Bravos with 1 out. And Jonathan Vastine steps in.
sometimes we've seen those quick moves out of the box by these Bourne hitters, and hitters across the league sometimes doesn't work in their favor, but Josh there, he knows the zone here from Carmona. Big spot now for Vastine.
Third baseman and Diaz is in. First baseman and Tibbetts as well. Middle infield pitching. DeCharo's first pitch to Vastine. Off speed, gets past the catcher and Irish. Both runners will advance. Tying run now 90 feet away. The go-ahead run in Kuroda Grauer on second. The spot for Vastine gets even bigger, and he's had so many timely hits. Has the RBI so far in this one. Had a 2-run home run yesterday against Harwich. Third baseman and Diaz still in. DeCharo set. Second and third with one out. Here's the 1-0 to Vastine. Fastball up, 2-0. And Giuffreda with that speed could come timely on any pass balls or a sac fly situation. Glove at the belt once again for DeCharo. The 2-0 to Vastine. Fastball. This one just clips the letters, elevated at 90 miles per hour. Count 2-1. Vastine has a stolen base as well. Batting .313. Huge spot for him. The 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Went upstairs to try to grab that fastball. Couldn't get it. 2-2. DeCharo looking to slowly work out of this jam. Derek Bender waits on deck. JKG off second. Giuffreda off third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one spiked. Gets past Irish. Here comes Giuffreda. He is going to score. Kuroda Grauer to third, and we're tied at 3 here from Stony Brook Field.
We've talked a lot about Vastine's bat, but sometimes you just gotta stay patient. Sometimes let the team you're facing make mistakes, and that's what happened here. And great pinch runner move here for Scott Landers.
Infield now fully in. DeCharo gets set. The 3-2 delivery. Vastine pokes this one out towards center field. Is down for a base hit. JKG is going to score, and Bourne takes a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 7th.
And now we can talk about Vastine's bat as well, because he's just finding a way to get hits. That's his second RBI of the day, and a huge spot for Bourne here. Just their offense slowly was coming together here.
Number 44, Derek Bender.
2 RBIs now for Vastine. Bourne in front. 1 out, and here's the righty Derek Bender. DeCharo pick over to first. Vastine slides back safely. And to add Jonathan Vastine to this lineup, and he's heated up so much. His average just about 2 weeks ago was right around 220. That was his early stint, but he's got comfortable and heated up. First pitch to Bender, found straight back, right at us on behind home plate, first base side, 0-1.
Also for Vastine, his on-base percentage is coming into today was at .460. So he just gets on base as well. He's got speed too. Lefty and DeCharo's going to try and keep him on.
Pick over to first once again. Vastine backsliding. Bender 0 for 3. 2 hard hit balls, a line out to left and a hard fly out to right field. DeCharo set, 0-1 pitch. This one knobbed first base side towards foul territory. It's going to drop foul over the first baseman of Tibbetts. Count quickly 0-2. And in Bourne's everyday lineup, and you know what Caden Bodine has done for this team, usually in that 4 spot. 2, 3, 4, Vastine stays in that 2 spot where Landers has had him. Vastine, Bender, and Bodine really doesn't get better than that all throughout the Cape. No balls, 2 strikes. DeCharo's pitch to Bender. Fastball up and away. Count 1-2. 5 hits now for the Braves. Bender looking to keep this rally going in the top of the 7th. 2 runs so far. 2-step lead for Vastine. Glove at the belt for DeCharo. 1-2 pitch. Fastball low. Going to get past Irish. Vastine is going to advance. And the 3rd time we've seen that happen this inning. It caused Giuffreda to score to tie the game. Now Insurance on second for the Bravos.
And the double play ball is out of the question really for Brewster right now. Bender finds a gap. Vastine's going to score.
DeCharo 2-2 pitch. This one line deep to center field. Going back on it is Turner. He'll make the catch in center. Vastine will tag from second to third base. And now a runner 90 feet away. Another hard hit out for Derek Bender. That one 104 miles per hour off the bat. And Kendall Diggs will now step in.
Thought for a second I had the good announcer, whatever you want to call it, speaking it into existence.
The speaking into existence jinx.
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess. I don't really know what to call it yet. We'll figure that out. We'll do some brainstorming, but off the bat, I thought Bender might have found a gap. It looked like Turner was kind of spinning around.
First pitch to the lefty, Diggs, off speed, just above the letters, 1-0.
I mean, you can't hit a ball much better than what Bender just did, and it's just unfortunate that it's right at Turner in center field.
DeCharo, 1-0 to Diggs, fastball right in there, count 1-1. And Bender, 3 balls so far tonight that have just been clobbered. And that one just right at Turner in center field. Vastine now off third with 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 pitch, off speed, up, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Seeing a little fun conversation over at third, and Davis Diaz and Jonathan Vastine, Vanderbilt teammates, both smiling, laughing.
Always the beauty of summer baseball. DeCharo's 2-1. Diggs fouls this one in the box right off his foot, it looks like. Walking towards us, first base side. And the whole pit umpire in Carmano going to give Diggs a quick second here and gives a new ball to the pitcher in DeCharo. I don't know, seems like the last few games, Bourne has just been unlucky with foul balls off their bodies in the box. We've seen it happen to Stanfield recently, happened to Harrelson so far in this one. This one right off Diggs. He has a smile on his face, talking to Ike Irish, the catcher. Diggs now redoes his batting gloves. He's set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. 4-3 lead for Bourne. Vastine off third. DeCharo set. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside corner, just going to miss. Good pitch there from DeCharo. Count full.
And for Diggs, we see a lot of guys with all the protective gear, but Diggs goes with the bare bones, nothing but the batting gloves. Meanwhile, you got Josh Kuroda-Grauer. I think he's got like every protective gear you could have when he comes up to bat.
A 3-2 pitch. This one going to clip Diggs, and he'll head down to first base. First and third for the Braves, and back to what Matt was saying, Diggs has been hit by 3 pitches, walked 10 times.
He just gets on base. There's no other way to put it. Third time he's reached base today. He did have a hit tonight. Came in to score back in the 6th.
And a guy that maybe may invest in some protective gear in the box, but that one just clipping Diggs. So he'll head down to first. Sam Peterson comes to the box with 2 away. Peterson's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Third baseman and Diaz now back. Normal depth for the Brewster defense. DeCharo set. Lefty's first pitch. Peterson fouls this one right off his shin, and he goes to the ground. Man, just unlucky little hits for these Bourne hitters. Right off their body. Peterson taking a walk right behind home plate. Seems to be okay. And another time where Carmano has to give the batter some time, getting some new balls from the Brewster Batgirls. Peterson 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts as I mentioned. In a big spot right here, no balls, 1 strike, 2 away. 2 runs on the inning and a long one so far for Bourne. They've taken the lead. Peterson set once again. DeCharo back of the bump, takes a look at first base. Here's the 0-1. Fastball grounded left side. It's going to roll into left field for a base hit. Vastine is going to score. Peterson to first. It's a 2-out RBI single. Bourne now leads 5-3.
And that's huge, not only in the complexion of the game, but just for Sam as a whole. Talking to him during BP, he's just waiting for his bat to get into gear, and there he picks up his 3rd RBI of the summer. We know he's had his legs under him with all the stolen bases he's had. But it's a nice little confidence boost for him, finding that gap in the 5-6 hole.
The Braves have come all the way back, down 3-0. First pitch to the lefty, Bryce Eblin. Off speed upstairs, 1-0. 3 runs in the first inning for Brewster since they've been quiet. 1 run in the third for the Braves, 1 in the 6th, and they've brought 3 home here in the 7th. Diggs off second base, Peterson off first. 1-0 pitch to Eblin. Fastball low and outside, 2-0. Solid night so far for Eblin, 1 for 1, an RBI double and 2 walks, a stolen base as well. The Charles 2-0 pitch. Eblin skies this one out towards shallow right field. Michael Robertson settles under it, now takes 2 steps in towards the gap. He'll make the catch to end the inning. But not after Bourne puts 3 runs on the board in the top of the 7th inning. They take a 2-run lead over the Whitecaps, 5-3, as we head to the bottom of the 7th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
The Braves in front, 5-3 from Stony Brook Field as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Brewster back with the bats, looking for some runs. They have not scored since the first. Michael Robertson, Mason White will be the pinch hitter to follow him. And Davis Diaz, 8-9-1 for the Whitecaps. Brady Afton back on the bump. He sets from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to Robertson. Fastball called strike on the outer half. Robertson so far 0 for 1. Walked back in the 4th inning and was picked off. Third baseman in Contreras, a few steps in. 0-1 pitch, line straight back and foul, 0-2. The bats for Bourne coming alive. Jonathan Vastine, 2 RBIs tonight. 2 of the biggest RBIs has gotten Bourne on the board and with some insurance in the lead. Afton set, fires on the 0-2 pitch. Fastball way upstairs, 1-2. Mason White, the on-deck batter out of Arizona, batting 174. Afton looking to get through Robertson. His 1-2 pitch, check swing on the off-speed. They check down to the third base sump in Scott. He says he did not go around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brewster has been quiet. The Bourne bullpen has just been special after a bear-down, bounce-back kind of start for Ben Jacobs. Afton, high leg kick, 2-2 at the knees. Called strike 3. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. And as Mason White comes in, we look at some substitutions for the Braves. Derek Bender now behind home plate, replacing Adonis Guzman. And Garrett Michelle now at first base, taking the spot of Bender. And Ali talked about Garrett Michelle enjoying his day off, but excited to be back and would not mind playing in a game here in a big spot like this. But Guzman with a huge double, and Bourne is not where they are right now without his presence. Bender catching for back-to-back games, got the start last night at catcher. After him set, here's the lefty Mason White, his first AB. Fastball comes in, Bender can't grab it, it's a called strike either way. 8 hits on 46 at-bats on the summer so far for White. 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. After him, a long look in, glove at the belt. Gets set, the 0-1. Wave and a miss, count 0-2. ...16 games played for White. Played on the 8th against Hyannis, had 2 at-bats. After 0-2 pitch, this one line left field past the glove of Astein, and it's a base hit. Mason White checks in, pinch hit single with 1 away, and Brewster has a base runner. And that tying run in Diaz comes to the plate.
The third baseman from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Aftam's been attacking here, starting to find some more confidence in himself. And then that one just low in the zone, and Mason White does a good job going low, keeping his hands through the zone, drive it the other way.
The righty Davis Diaz now in the box. Aftam set, runner on first. Takes a look at first base. Highlight kick, first pitch, off speed, called strike on the outer half. Diaz 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Came into the game batting .308. Has been stellar so far for Brewster. Aftam glove with the belt, 2 looks at first base. The righty's 0-1. Fastball fouled, first base side, out of play. And Brewster finally getting in the hit department. Had 3 hits in the first inning. 5 in this whole entire game, had 1 in the 5th. A 2-step lead for White off first base. Aftam set, fires on the 0-2 to Diaz. Off-speed chop, second base side over the glove of Aftam. JKG picks it up, fires to first. It's in time for out number 2. Not going to turn the double play on the slow roller, but good read there from Crow to Grauer. And Derek Berg steps in with 2 outs.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That one for Diaz, he's,
Military Academy at West Point.
Number 16, a little fortunate he's able to catch a piece of it, Vance White over, because that one was well out of the zone, but for Aftam, it's a big second out, just need 1 more.
Derek Berg 0 for 2, walked and scored back in the first, started that 3-run rally for the Whitecaps. Tall righty digs in, Aftam takes a look at second base. Here's the pitch, fouled in the box. This one rolls away from Bender, count 0-1. Tying run still in the box for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the 7th. 1 home run on the season for Berg and 3 RBIs, looking for his first hit here tonight. Normal depth for the Bourne defense, straight away in the outfield. No balls, 1 strike, 2 looks at second base from Aftam. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside corner, gonna miss at 90 miles per hour. A lot of gray clouds here from Stony Brook Field, that rain holding off. Here's the 1-1 pitch, foul tip to the glove on the elevated fastball. Count quickly 1-2. Aftam looking to work out of the jam here and head to the 8th. Keep that lead in Bourne's favor. 2 strikeouts so far for the right-hander, looking for the 3rd. Long look into the sign from Bender, now he sets his sights. Glove with the belt. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss! Went to the elevated fastball for strike 3. His 3rd punch out of the game and the 2nd of the inning for Brady Aftam, and we head to the 8th. 1 hit and no runs in the bottom of the 7th for the Whitecaps. A 5-3 lead for the Braves here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
A 5-3 lead for the Braves as we head to the top of the 8th inning here from Stony Brook Field. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Whitecaps, it's Brendan Oxford. The Wake Forest transfer now playing his baseball at Florida State. The 6'1" left-hander. A 6.6 ERA at Wake Forest on 15 innings. Makes his appearance here with Brewster. First pitch to New Contratis, fastball upstairs. 7-8-9 for the Braves. Oxford set from the stretch, 1-0 pitch. This one line deep out to center field. Going back on his Turner at the track, at the wall, makes a basket catch on the warning track for out number 1. Contratis getting robbed of his first hit here with the Braves for out number 1.
Yeah, 98 off the bat, drove it a good distance. Unfortunate that's to the deepest part of the park. But Contratis has put good swing on the ball in his 2 games here with Bourne. You got to know that eventually that bat's going to turn in his favor.
Here's Garrett Michelle taking his first swings tonight in place for Adonis Guzman. First pitch to the lefty, shot first base side, backhanded by Tibbetts. He'll flip on to first to Oxford for out number 2. And a quick out at that here in the top of the 8th. Oxford looking to bear down right here. Making his 3rd appearance for Brewster. 1 save on 1 2/3 innings pitched. And that save came on just 2/3 innings pitched against the 6-3 win versus the Anglers on July 2nd. Looking to keep it where it is here at a 2-run game. Here's the lefty Gage Harrelson. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch fastball upstairs, 1-0. Harrelson 0 for 3. A ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. Everything but a hit so far. Oxford steps off here before the 1-0. Third baseman in Diaz, few steps away from the bag at third. Now Oxford set, glove at his chest, 1-0 pitch. Fastball low and outside, now 2-0. And a mistake by me before, that was the 2022 stats for Oxford. 2023 at Florida State, his first year transferring. As the 2-0 comes in, wave and a miss from Harrelson, count 2-1. 5.63 ERA. Pitched in 29 games, started 1 on 32 innings. Harrelson now back in the box, 2 balls, 1 strike. Oxford set, here's the pitch. Fastball up and inside, Harrelson bounces back 3-1.
It looks like in that transfer year he found a bit more confidence. His strikeout numbers were up tremendously, dropped his walks down.
3-1 pitch, fouled back from Harrelson. Count now full.
Went from 17 strikeouts in 2022 to 45 and 21 walks to just 17. So nice little turnaround season for him.
Looking to get through a full inning right here in a relief appearance. Payoff pitch. Off speed at the letters, called strike 3. Great spot from Brendan Oxford. 1-2-3 goes down the Braves on their 7-8-9 part of the order. And we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bourne still in front 5-3 over Brewster here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Bottom 8 from Stony Brook Field, a 5-3 Bourne Braves lead, and we thank you for joining us on this Sunday night. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. Ryan Free now on the bump for the Braves in relief for Brady Afton. Free, the lefty out of Texas Tech. 1-1 with a 5.4 ERA, his 4th appearance on 5 innings pitched. That last appearance, he got the loss against YD. 1 1/3 innings pitched. 1 run, it was not earned on 1 strikeout. He'll face 3, 4, 5 in the Brewster order. Josh Pearson, Brock Tibbetts, and Ike Irish. Brewster getting a lot more louder here as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. They trail by 2. Lefty on lefty matchup to begin. Free will work from the stretch. He gets set, high leg kick, first pitch to Pearson. Slider low in the zone, count 1-0. Pearson 2 for 3, 2 singles, has scored once, reached on an E3 back in the 3rd. He's been an on-base machine so far. Glove at the belt for Free. 1-0 pitch, fastball low and outside. And that ends the night for Brady Afton. He went 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 Ks. He was stellar out of the bullpen and kept Bourne in this game, let their offense take their time and get going in the 7th. Pearson back in, the wide lefty stance, Free set. Here's the 2-0. Fastball, wave and a miss from Pearson, count 2-1. Bourne looking for their first win on the summer against the Whitecaps. 0-2 so far in the first 2 meetings of 4. 2 balls, 1 strike. Free, a long look into the sign from Bender. Here's the pitch. Fastball driven out towards right center field. Harrelson going back on it towards the warning track. Now he'll settle under it. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Deep park here at Stony Brook Field, and the wind is kind of blowing in a little bit. It's a slight breeze off our right down towards the Whitecaps dugout.
A lot more darker here as this game goes on. Here's the righty Brock Tibbetts. Free's first pitch, fastball up and inside, 1-0. And since that 7th inning, significantly more darker at Stony Brook Field. No lights here. Freeze 1-0. This one lined down the line from Tibbetts. It will hit the grass for a base hit. Tibbetts takes the turn at first base. He'll hold there. And Diggs cutting it off in right field. Holding Tibbetts to a single, his 2nd hit of the night, and a 1-out base runner for the Whitecaps.
That's a big single for Tibbetts just to get a runner on, but nice job by Diggs to cut it off. That looked like a double off the bat as it was tailing down the line, but Diggs, he's shown that strong arm, and now for Free, he can kind of settle in. He's got a couple more lefties in the order with Irish and then Tibbs to follow.
Will Turner also a lefty, so 3 straight coming up. Free's first pitch to Irish. Off speed in the zone, called strike, 0-1. Contradas about 5 steps once again away from the bag at third base. Middle infield pinching here with Vastine and JKG. Michelle holding on the runner in Tibbetts. Free set, high leg kick, 0-1. Off speed back in the zone, same spot, 0-2. Irish 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, and he walked. Ground out back in the 3rd. Free looking for out number 2. He gets set, takes a look at first base. Tibbetts with a 2-step lead. The 0-2 delivery. Off speed, low and outside. And Irish just holding back 1-2. Big spot here for Brewster. Tying run at the plate late in this one. 6 hits for both sides. Free set once again, the 1-2 to Irish. Fastball comes in, popped up third base side towards foul territory. Contradas and Peterson give it a look. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brewster looking to snap this 2-game losing streak. Bourne looking to get back to their winning ways after a win last night against Harwich, looking to extend it to 2. Irish with the wide lefty stance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeze pitch, fastball fouled back. We'll do it again.
Long count here, and I think I'm starting to feel maybe a slight drizzle.
Little bit of a drizzle. You can see it from Matt Eye's angle. Just coming down a little bit. Freeze 1-2, off speed, chopped right back at him. He picks it up. He's going to fire to first, not go to second for out number 2. The smart throw there, getting the out and understanding the situation. So a 1-3 put out for Ike Irish, and James Tibbs now comes to the plate with 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Yeah, just staying smart, getting the simple out.
James Tibbs.
And Tibbetts got a good move off first on his way to second. Would have been a close play. Just get that second out. That's what you really needed if you were free and Bourne.
Here's the lefty, James Tibbs, 0 for 3 so far, 2 strikeouts. Runner on second for the Whitecaps with 2 away. Freeze first pitch. This one line left field. It's a base hit. Tibbetts heading to third. He's going to get the wave, and he's going to come around and score. And it's an RBI single for James Tibbs. Brewster cuts the Bourne lead to 1. It's 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th.
And there for Tibbs, he was sitting off speed. He was waiting for it. He knew that free. He saw the heavy dose of off speed early in the at-bat against Irish. Kept his hands through, saw Contreras close in on the grass, knew it would be a tough play for him, and he found that gap on the left side of the infield.
Another lefty, here's Will Turner. Go-ahead run in the box for Brewster. Tying run on the base paths. Free set, pitch to Turner, fouled straight back. Turner 0 for 1 so far. Struck out back in the 6th inning in his only AB. He came in to play center field and took the spot of Jaime Ferrer. Free once again, a long look in for the sign. 2-step lead at first base for Tibbs. Freeze 0-1, off-speed pitch right at the knees. Count now 0-2, and Free the chance once again to work out of this inning. Bourne looking ahead to the 9th with the lead. Free set, glove at the belt, long look at first. The 0-2. Off-speed low, blocked by Bender. Keeps Tibbs steady at first. Brewster now leads in the hit category with 7. 6 for Bourne, either side with an error. Big spot here for Ryan Free in relief. Sets once again. Fires in the 1-2 pitch. Off-speed, wave and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Ryan Free, and his biggest to end the bottom half of the 8th. But Brewster gets one back. They only trail by 1. It's 5-4 here from Stony Brook Field. We head to the 9th on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs.
We're back on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network, and this game actually just came to an end due to darkness here from Stony Brook Field. That's what we were talking about. So no 9th inning will be played. Bourne wins this one in 8, 5-4 over the Whitecaps to finish off a complete game. And Bourne beats Brewster for the first time in 2023, their 14th win of the summer, inching back and trying to trail after Katuitt in the West Division. Matt, Bourne was down 3-0 early in this game, but the pitching from Brady Afton, Ben Jacobs bearing down as well, and the Bourne offense came alive in the victory.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot, that resiliency that we've seen over the last week or so from this team. Knowing that offense was going to click eventually, taking advantage of opportunities. You saw them leave the bases loaded in the 2nd. After that, there weren't a whole lot of chances where Bourne didn't bring in a run. Saw the run in the 3rd and in the 6th, and then the big 3 spot in the 7th. And then you touched on Brady Afton. I saw him a lot last summer and what he brings to the table. And he had worked through some issues in the spring with his shoulder, but now he looked back to his regular self there, getting those 3 strikeouts, 3 scoreless innings, and it's a huge confidence boost for him, especially for Bourne as a whole as well. For Scott Landers, to when you look at that bullpen, and it's thin right now, to see a guy in Brady Afton and have that confidence to put him out and get a couple more innings out of him. We've only seen an inning from him, and he went through 3 today, got a big double play as well from his defense. It was just overall a great night for Bourne, and just a huge bounce back against Brewster as a whole. And from that first inning, Ben Jacobs, you got to tip your cap to him. If he doesn't go 4 innings, Bourne likely doesn't get this win.
Brewster does not have the number of Bourne anymore, but Matt, Bourne has the number of Hyannis, who they face off against tomorrow on the road. How does Bourne stay hot, extend this winning streak to 3?
You got to get that offense going a bit earlier, I think, if you're Bourne. And you're likely going to have Tristan Smith on the mound, if I remember correctly from what one of the baseball ops interns, Matt Chase, was telling me. You got to get that offense going quickly. It's a smaller park at McKeon Park. We saw that offensive outburst for the first one of the season there. Pete Giuffreda led off with a home run. It's a smaller park. Balls will fly out there. You just got to get that offense going early and hope your pitching continues to bear down that we've seen from them over the last week or so, and keep that consistency in these tighter games, and hope that maybe it doesn't get fogged out at McKeon Park like Brewster faced yesterday.
Well, Bourne beats Brewster in 8 innings due to some darkness here at Stony Brook Field. The Bravos win 2 in a row, beat Brewster for the first time in 2023, 5-4, and we say so long from Stony Brook Field. A big thank you to our whole broadcast team, our producer Ryan Bridges, our beat reporter Mojo Hill, Ali Navarrete, who you heard from a little bit during the broadcast, alongside my partner Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you tomorrow at Hyannis. First pitch at 6.